Well, none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots, yeah. None of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots. I'm telling you now, the truth, the truth. Telling you, yeah, the truth, the truth. You have to go back to the roots, the roots. Go to the roots, to the roots. Yeah, man, you know, this is Benjamin out of the Smiling Coast, West Africa, Gambia, representing for the one and only Abu, the big man you don't know, the Soninke warrior, the man that brings the truth, Soninke warrior, the sign of enlightenment, the Soninke warrior, the righteous and the true African. Abu, reveal the truth to them, you know, no matter how them try run from it, because none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Yes, we have to dig back the roots, yeah. Fire!
Subscribe now.
I remember the days, all those years ago that never fade away. And I remember your face when you hit the ground. I can recall the time and place on a midnight walk through the old streets, trying to turn back the clock to the days of old, back to the days when all the things we knew were made of gold. As the world moves on, time sings a song, in the old neighborhood. As the clock strikes one, the memory lives just as it stood, like a quiet dream. The shadows of that time are cast beneath.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Afridamus Report once again. If you missed the first show, that was about, you know, if Nigeria is taking the back seat, you know, for South Africa to lead. So we all know where we stand on that. But this is a whole different topic. Please, I want to welcome all of you to the Afridamus Report. Please make sure you like this video if you haven't already done so. It's free, you know, so you can get all the other FBA ADOS people also to come and participate here, to hear the African position, because you see, the blacks have been talking about getting reparation for slavery, but the angle that the blacks have been using, in fact, what the blacks try to don't understand, let me put it this way, is that the people that they are demanding reparation for, those people, for example, were Africans. They are not Indians, like many of them like to make you believe. Because here's the thing. If you are one of those people, you are Indian, well, this conversation doesn't concern you. This is only for the people who believe that their ancestors were in fact taken from there. And today, I know some of you are gonna come and pretend, you know, and say, oh, Afridamus, I thought you said X, Y, and Z. You best believe it's the Afridamus Report for a reason. I am here to bring the African voice to you. And of course, rightfully so, we know that I say good stuff about white people. But today I am going to point out some of the things that white people have done that us Africans, you know, need reparations for. Apology and reparation. And who is the best person to lead that? He has to be a president. The Gold Coast, the place with the most, they call it slave castles. And you know what these white people do? They would come to Africa, build those, you know, they told the Africans this is going to be like a trading post. We would be trading. But do you think these slick white people added human cells in it? They did not. They didn't. So we all know for hundreds of years, the white people will show up. They show up with mirrors. And I know, I get it. Some of you are going to try to blame the Africans. But let's be real. Do you think exchanging a grown African for a mirror or Hennessy or brandy, do you guys think that's a fair exchange? And then you take those same Africans, you brought them here to America, the Caribbean, put them in farms, make them work to build your economy. And we think it's only America. England, they were the biggest slave traders, just so you know. France, huge slave traders. The Netherlands. For those of you who don't know exactly which white people were involved in this slave trade, I am here to point them all out for you so that we understand that if we are going to go and support our leader, Nana Akufo of Ghana, the number one Pan-Africanist president. So he is charging at the white man. He is standing 10 toes down and letting the white man know, we, the African bloc, he's representing all the Caribbeans, even FBA. FBA is not real. FBA is just a fake acronym. So they are not even legit. This is why, when their fake leader, Tariq Nasheed, gives fake speech, you're not going to hear it internationally. But you see, Nana Akufo, he's the president of Ghana, 50 million strong, united in one voice. And you must know, Nana Akufo is serious. He wants to collect. He wants to collect reparation. But there's a little problem, ladies and gentlemen. And I know you guys know this is the Afridamus report, right? You guys know this is the Afridamus report. And when we, report here, we have to bring all the facts to the front line. So I'm going to start the show here. Ghana's president, Nana Akufo Addo, is asking for apology and reparation from Europe and America. Do you guys think Africa needs reparation? Because we see it, right? In West Africa, what do we have over there? Earlier, I spoke about it. I played the speech of South African President Ramaphosa. And he is putting South Africa on the map to show, not that long ago, we all saw how South Africa, were oppressed by white people. It's on TV. You can Google this stuff and see it. So by then, place like Nigeria, quote unquote giant of Africa, and Nigeria, it was in the middle of the slave trade. They had slave markets there, over in Badagry and other places, open slave markets. So I guess we would exclude Nigeria from this reparation. This is why we put Ghana in the forefront. The Ghanaian president is the true Pan-African. So that's why even the year of return, look at it. Who was heading it? The Ghanaian president. And what were we hearing from all the critics, the haters, all the Nigerians in the background talking about, oh, look at Ghana. They are 419 the blacks. Okay, the blacks don't know. But one thing, the South African blacks, they have it good. When their colonizers came, their colonizers felt like, okay, this land here is such a good land. We are just going to stay here and build. And they built the place. And the blacks woke up. The blacks are like, hey, this is our country. You got to get out. So the white people had to bargain, and eventually the bottom line is, yes, they came and enslaved the blacks there, stole all their stuff. But guess what? The Europeans forgot to take it out. So they built it there, and the blacks there received their reparation on their land. But for West Africa, Ghana and all these other countries, Gambia, we lost so much human resources. All these blacks that you're seeing in America, these are our people. Even the ones that are pretending to be Indians, they are our people. Their ancestors were the ones taken across the Atlantic. But now, since we, the Africans, we are the ones that lost the most. Because originally they were our people. The people who were enslaved were actually Africans. Eventually they were mixed. So the mixed ones, if you are mixed from the Motisa tribe, you cannot claim reparation anymore because you are no longer African. Or maybe since this is the African talking about it, our president, Nana Akufo, whatever percentage, we would do the DNA test, just so you know. We would do the DNA test, whatever percentage you are, and I know some of you like to pretend that you don't have Irish, German, or whatever in you. Those were your ancestors too. Part of you participated and oppressed Africans. So if you're mixed, please make sure you write, Afridamus, we apologize for oppressing you 100% Africans. Because we 100%ers, we were the ones that were being taken. So I totally understand where the Ghanaian president is coming from. But before I get into, he said, Afridamus, you're claiming these black Indians. No, 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 no. The black Indians, this here doesn't involve any black Indian. Just so you guys know. And you would come and say FBA. FBA is not even real. Just so you know, it's not real. Can the FBA, can they go and speak in the United Nations? No. Even here in the United States, people don't recognize them. But Nana Akufo, he is recognized. Okay? He is recognized. So why Ramaphosa is in South Africa, playing with the big boys, hosting the BRICS nation, big boys. He's inviting them, big economies. They are not begging. And I'm not saying Nana Akufo is begging. He is flexing the muscle here. Because somebody has to tell these white people the truth. The truth that they, in fact, benefited from enslaving us, the Africans. Guys, please get the likes up. Get the likes up. And I know, I get it. Some of you would be bitter. You would show up. Oh, the Africans sold us. Really? Did they? Sir, let me ask you a question. Oh, ma'am, when you say you're Africans sold us. Oh, so are you trying to tell me the African that was put on that boat, on that slave ship, are you trying to tell me that African fell from the sky? No, that African had relatives. So Nana Akufo is speaking for those people. Maybe even Nana Akufo himself, he might be related to the slave traders, but that is not the point here. He is trying to redeem his people. I don't want to keep you waiting. Let me play Nana Akufo's speech. Let me do my disclaimer. Oh, Mamizi, I see you. Mamizi, welcome to the report. You ran away for a while. If anyone that needs Negrology 101 would be this woman here. Let me play my fair use before I play this here. And I want blacks that are watching, please take out your notepads and take notes, because you're going to come here and try to complain. Your issue is you don't know how the reparation game is played. So I'm here to help all of you out with that. please don't forget to hit the Cash App and the like as well. But I'm here to show you how nations play for reparation. Okay? And we notice Nigeria is not speaking on this reparation issue. And we suspect why. Because we might even need Nigeria to pay reparation to the rest of us. But I will get to that as well. Shout out to my Niger people. Here we go. All right. So guys, let me play this here. This is for edutainment purposes. If you're new here, welcome to the best edutainment show on this side of heaven. So where was I? So Nana Akufo, the president of Ghana, you guys know he's a Pan-African. In fact, he was the one that invited the blacks. You guys remember the year of return? But I noticed something. Nana Akufo is more focused on the Caribbean, the Jamaicans, you know, and I know why, because they are more aligned with the African reparation. The blacks in America, the blacks think they can get reparation without the Africans. And that's not going to happen. The blacks don't realize their checks will be written and given to Africa. So I'm about to prove that to you right now. Here we go. Nana Akufo have been fighting for this reparation thing, and he's not giving up no time soon. Here we go.
President Nana Akufo Addo has opined that European countries involved in the slave trade and its accompanying crimes against African people should render a formal apology. He made these comments on Tuesday, August 22nd, 2023, while delivering the keynote address at the opening session of a summit dubbed the Global Convening for the Restitution of African Heritage at the W.E.B. Du Bois Center in Accra. President Akufo Addo also emphasized that
Sorry, guys. This speech was given at the WEB Du Bois Center in Ghana, in Accra. So this shows that the connection has never been broken. So there's many who pretend to be Pan-Africans. Oh, they are for reparation. They don't know nothing about reparation. It's deeper than what you think. Let's see what Nana Akufo is talking about.
Calls for repatriation and restitution of cultural properties taken forcefully from the continent should be intensified before adding that reparations for Africa are long overdue.
Let me state that the subject of restitutions must go along with the matter of reparations. No amount of money can restore the damage caused by the transatlantic slave trade and its consequences, which have spanned many centuries. But nevertheless, it is now time to revive and intensify the discussions about reparations for Africa. Indeed, the time is long overdue. If reparations can rightfully be paid to victims of the Holocaust, so reparations can be paid to the victims of the slave trade. And even before these discussions on reparations conclude, the entire continent of Africa deserves a formal apology from the European nations involved in the slave trade for the crimes and damage it has caused to the population, psyche, image, and character of Africans the world over.
Yes, that's right. Right. Did you guys hear that? Nana Akufo is putting a case forward. He's putting a case forward. He's saying all the atrocities that the Europeans have committed. But now I am a bit confused. Nana Akufo is sounding like the blacks. You know, in the past, there were Pan-Africans, people who were involved in reparation talks. In fact, myself, I have written papers in favor of reparation. Remember, I told you guys I was in the 13th grade, 14th grade at one point in my life. So I wrote about this reparation, but he is doing the black talking point, because the blacks are the ones who would compare slavery to the Holocaust. And pretty soon in his speech, you will see why. You will see, is Nana Akufo working for someone who is also controlling the blacks in America? We will soon find out in this speech. Here we go.
The Caribbean community, CARICOM, has unequivocally announced its demand for the payment of reparations.
CARICOM, you guys remember, if you were listening to the FBA people, Tariq and his people, they like to try to downplay the CARICOM. But CARICOM, it's the Caribbean islands which the Jamaicans lead. You know, they've been fighting for reparation forever. When ADOS FBA came, it seems like they came to criticize those people. But CARICOM is a bigger and a much stronger organization than all these fake pop-up FBAs and all that. So CARICOM speaks for all the Caribbeans, even for all blacks, you know, to get reparation. So, but their fight is not with the American government, is with Europeans, British for the most part.
And I would urge us to engage with our kith and kin from the diaspora and form a united front to advance the cause of reparations. I'm happy to announce that Ghana has been chosen by the African Union to host, in the latter part of this year, a global conference on reparations for Africa, which will seek to bring together Africans and members of the African diaspora and family of all hues and perspectives.
So this is good. Hold on, let me hear this.
Set out a concrete strategy.
Well, you see, so Nana Akufo, so Ghana have been chosen by the AU to represent Africa and black diaspora, meaning you, the blacks. So this conference, the reparation conference, is going to take place in Ghana. So some of you, the blacks that are upset, you know, well, you said Africa never called. Well, Nana Akufo is calling. He said, let us come together and form a united front. The Caribbeans are on board. So, you know, FBA, some of you might pretend like you're not on board, but there are many black Americans who are also on board. Are you seeing here? But you see, though, he is saying people of all colors and hues. I am confused. So that means that they're not going to do a DNA test to check the percentage. I mean, don't you think a white person should be able to claim reparation if they got some percentage of black African in them? So all hues, I'm confused by that. We have to draw a line somewhere with the color spectrum. I mean, I'm confused. If someone is way too mixed that people are confused, why? How can they receive reparation? At that point, they are white. You see? If you're half and half, you get half check. So I need Nana Akufo and these leaders to clear this part. Yes. You can't just come out and say all hues, all color. I mean, that is very confusing. So that means Kaepernick can claim reparation. Mariah Carey can claim reparation? Huh? Rachel Dolezal can go back into her tanning booth and claim reparation? Don't be surprised if you see her in Accra. Don't be surprised. So let us continue.
For achieving the goal of reparations. I commend the Open Society Foundation for this event, being held under the theme African Heritage Restitution Movement, which is calling for the return of African cultural materials. It is wholly fitting that these deliberations should take place at this center, named after one of the iconic figures of Pan-Africanism, W.E.B. Du Bois, a man who dedicated his life to the defense and promotion of the interests of Black people everywhere.
But I'm confused. So while Tinubu and Nigeria are in hot water, even though Ghana said they're going to give soldiers to go fight, the people of Niger, why isn't Nana Akufo busy with what is going on in Niger? He is busy with reparation. Is Nana Akufo a Black diasporan president? Let us face the facts. And you notice the Blacks have been quiet about this Niger thing. You notice that. But you see, all of them put on their dashikis. You see them in this meeting. They showed up at this meeting. They got on their dashikis and their hats to go talk about reparation. But they're not going to talk about how the French are putting their foot on the neck of Niger, and try to put it on Mali and Burkina Faso. These countries, they won't do that. But no, they are over here with their dashikis and their hats, and Nana Akufo is over here doing all that Black talk. Okay, let him continue with his Black talk.
Especially of those in the African diaspora of the Americas and the Caribbean. He was a towering intellectual figure in the great battles for freedom for Black people in the 20th century, work which commended him to the regard of Ghana's first president, the celebrated Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, who offered him Ghanaian nationality and residence. Indeed, he ended his life here, and his remains are buried in these premises to signify his eternal association with our historic goals of realizing freedom and justice for ourselves and for all Black people. He would have been in total sympathy with the aims of our gathering.
He's talking about W.E.B. Du Bois, because you see, he was given Ghanaian citizenship. He was welcomed there. So does some of you say, oh, the Africans don't give citizenship? Because you see, they don't want to give it to just because you said you're Black, pretending. Nah, you have to really live up to it. But you think you're going to be some dude, sagging your pants in the corner, selling drugs. Now you're going to get citizenship in Ghana? That's not going to happen. Okay? You got to pull up your pants if you want to get that citizenship. Here we go.
Gathering today. And that is why it is appropriate for us to have this discussion in the Du Bois Center. The restitution, return, reparation, and repatriation of stolen and looted African cultural properties under pre-colonial and colonial circumstances have to be issues of major concern to all Africans. These concerns have in recent times dominated public discourse on the continent. Governments, civil society groups, traditional authorities, scholars and researchers have called for the return of African cultural properties that were illegally and shamelessly transported from the continent. I support fully the initiative for the return and reparation of African cultural properties to the continent, as it will help Africans.
So did you guys see that? Did you guys see some colonizers there? How can we have white people in the audience when they are talking about reparation there. Is this even legit? But let us continue. Let's see why we have those white people there. And who are those white people? And the first lady, the lady that they showed, I guarantee you they're going to tell us she black. They are going to tell us she is black. That lady is going to receive full check for reparation. Just so you guys know, this is getting crazy.
And in particular, the descendants of the communities, groups, and individuals who created and produced these cultural properties to reconnect to their history, to their pioneers, to their knowledge and their skills. This reconnection of the past and the present will also help to build new relations with the international community, especially that of Europe, which was principally responsible for the original thefts of the cultural properties.
Shout out to Nana Akufo. Not only is he demanding apology and reparation, also the artifacts that the Europeans stole, especially even from Nigeria. You see, Nigeria should be ashamed of themselves. Where now everybody is leading. Ghana, Nigeria probably, they see Ghana as, not wanting something good for them. But Nana Akufo is fighting for even the artifacts to come to Nigeria. I know some of you Nigerians are going to say he's just talking, it's fake. I get it. But he is here speaking bravely. And you have no proof. You cannot say he is selling out. Isn't this is what all of you, especially, have been talking about for years? Oh, y'all Africans, y'all don't talk about reparation. We're like, look, guys, Tariq and all these other people that talk about reparation is all a scam. When the dust settles, we would send out our reparation spokespeople out there. Well, here comes Nana Akufo. He has been chosen by the AU to represent not only the interests of Africa, but the blacks too. So you blacks, you no longer have any more excuses. You see, FBA aired us, he said, Africa sold us. They don't have any claims. Sir, do you have any proof to this? Do you have any receipts that you can find in the African chief's, home? Is there any proof? Sir, if the Europeans cannot show any receipt, that we would just agree and declare that they in fact kidnapped our people. They pulled up with their slave ships, and we would just call it a kidnap. Because do they have any receipts? They do not. So, you know how slick these white people are. They can try to make fake ledgers, and say, oh, look at where the chief signed. They can make up all kinds of things. It wouldn't be the first time. They do not want to pay. Yeah, I get it. Some of you are going to say, Ghana, they were selling people. What proof do you have? The Europeans, they stole all this stuff. Just so you know. If you don't believe me, let Nana Akufo tell you.
Most of these cultural properties, when returned, will also offer Africans an opportunity to develop local knowledge of the technological, cultural, social, and aesthetic value of the objects.
President Nana Akufo Addo's stance on the need for European countries involved in the slave trade to offer a formal apology, along with the push for restitution and repatriation of African cultural properties, resonates deeply with the ongoing discussions surrounding historical injustices. The acknowledgement that no sum of money can truly heal the wounds inflicted by the transatlantic slave trade is a significant acknowledgement of the magnitude of the harm that was done over centuries. However, his assertion that an apology accompanied by meaningful restitution can contribute to a sense of closure and reconciliation is valid. Such actions hold the potential to symbolize
guys, what is it? What is it about blacks all over the world always demanding apology? Like, what is that apology gonna do? Oh, you gonna apologize for what you did? Just, sir, if you're gonna ask for reparation, just go there. But you want to get them to say we sorry, so to establish that, yep, now we gotcha, you owe us. So we'll see what the Europeans, what type of argument they're gonna come up with. White people always trying to wiggle their way out of this reparation, but this time you're not gonna escape. We got all the countries listed here. You see, Spain, France, Germany, Czech Republic, Australia. We got either Italy over here, all of them. So, and the United States and Brazil.
Symbolize a moral reckoning on the part of European nations, fostering an environment of mutual understanding and respect between continents. Furthermore, the emphasis on returning African cultural properties to their place of origin is well-founded. These artifacts hold immense historical, cultural, and emotional significance to African communities, and their repatriation would mark a step toward rectifying the wrongs of the past. President Akufo Addo rightly highlights the value of these objects beyond their mere material worth. Their return can facilitate the transmission of local knowledge, technological advancements, and aesthetic appreciation, bolstering Africa's sense of identity and heritage. By tapping into the rich cultural tapestry of the continent, the restoration of these properties can indeed contribute to a greater sense of unity and collective pride among African nations, nurturing a shared narrative that celebrates their diverse yet interconnected histories. Do you agree with President Akufo Addo's assertion that Europe must issue a formal apology to Africa for the slave trade and offer reparations and restitutions? Let us know what you think in the comment section below. And as always, do
All right, guys. The link is in the chat. Hit the link. I want to know, guys, do you agree that Europe owes Africa an apology for the slave trade and reparation? Is Nana Akufo correct that Europe owes and America definitely owes, and they need to apologize? And I would hope you blacks would not come here today and ruin this progress we are making here, because there's something about you guys. You have been brainwashed to believe, oh, the Africans sold us. But if you want to go that route, I'm open to listening to that also. But just so you know, you are messing up your money. I'm trying to help you here. You are messing up your money. But if it's more important for you to try to come in guilt trip Africans, that's more important than your check, sure, be my guest, hit the link, come here and pretend like, and you heard the Europeans, they stole y'all. They did. They're talking about, we gave them mirrors, we gave them alcohol and umbrellas. I knew something was fishy. Something wasn't right. But hey, maybe I read it wrong. But most of you are here. You're going to help me out. I have the panel here. All right. All right, gentlemen. I want to welcome all of you to the Afridamus Report. I've got Jude, Dr. R, Nat Turner, Ola. Jude, welcome to the Afridamus Report.
Oh, Alfredemus, thanks for welcoming into your panel. How's it going?
It's going well. Jude, as you can see, does Europe and America owe Africa an apology for slavery, exploitation, stealing artifacts, and also owe Africa reparation? What is your take on this? And don't forget, he's speaking for, because, some of your people from Cameroon, even though they said they were sold, but, we'll pretend they were kidnapped today. But go ahead.
Affidemos, let me not digress, but Kidola made a statement on that previous video, but I'm not gonna go deep into it. But this is what is happening. This Ghana president is a selfish president. Everything he says is for his own personal reasons. And look, I don't condone with this. Look,
Wait, you don't think Europe and America owes Africa apology and reparation, and they need to return the stuff they stole?
Oh no, Affidemos. The white man took his own intelligence, came to Africa, and manipulated and took over things from low IQ Africans, man. Look.
So Judah, okay, fine, Judah, but now Africans are awake and aware. Don't Africans deserve to get their stuff back?
Academics, let me just finish. Look, there's a time difference. What happened in the past cannot be compared to what it is today. Like the scenarios, how the things happen, how they came, and it was a legal practice. Now you're talking about today. You cannot go back in a point in time and say, no, it was a white man's fault. It was this. No, you blame your own people for what they did. You know, if your own people have not been able to fight and take it, you do not wait on the white man to give you reparations, because it's the same white man that abolished the slave trade. It wasn't Africans. Even when the white man abolished the slave trade.
Wait, hold on, Judah.
Dealing with
Judah, are you saying it's a trade?
Oh, come on, man. Even when the white man abolished the slave trade, the Africans were still dealing with slavery in their own territory. So, come on, bro. I'm not going to stand for reparation.
They even went to London.
Let me finish, man. Please. I mean, you're going to get your own turn. But this is what I'm saying. The Europeans or America do not owe Africa anything. Build your economy. If you want to recall your own people to come and help you develop because your economy is crumbling in Ghana, call them as well. Do not use Africa or other people as a stooge or as a barrier to get money from Europeans, because even when the African Americans came to Ghana, the money that they gave to Ghana did not share it to other African countries. So
what do you mean?
What I mean is, instead, Ghana benefit more from these people. Is personal. It's not the whole Africa. He's using Africa to generalize it. But when the money comes
Judah, AU picked him.
Oh no,
him to represent. In fact, they are going to be hosting the reparation talks over there. And Judah, you already see the blacks there and the Caribbeans. They have their dashikis on. The blacks are on board.
Let me finish, man. Affidemos, what is the good thing that has ever happened on the continent? What union has ever worked?
But he is he is uniting. He's calling for unity.
Let me tell you,
he wants the blacks, the Caribbeans, to come and unite with Africans so they can get reparation together. But give me a second. Let me read this. Black Thoughts, thank you for the super chat. Black Thoughts and Fat Turner, pull up chewing. Live up to your name. Thank you for the super chat. Nat Turner, they already coming. Nat Turner. But you get your chance. Don't worry. Go ahead, Judah.
It will be disadvantageous for Africans be the one pursuing the reparations. It's disadvantageous. I mean, it seems like I'm just so sad because it seems like African Americans have not actually played the role of getting reparations. I mean, African Americans or the people that deemed were sold have not actually been on the forefront of fighting.
No, didn't you? No, they are there.
They are there, but the people that are doing the talking is not them. They have somebody in front of them. So
because the blacks don't have their own recognized country, they have to go as America. So their best bet is their best. This is why the blacks are choosing Nana Akufo as their leader instead of Tariq Nasheed.
Yeah, but let me just make a statement, man. Why Ghanaians are fighting for reparations for their own personal Nigerians?
You said, because Nigerians were slave traders. That's why Ghana is fighting.
Affidemos.
Ghanaians did not sell people.
Judah, can I
I
speak?
mean,
Can
all
I?
this slavery issue, man. I'm so flabbergasted with what is actually going on. People have moved on into slavery and they are building a bigger economy. Since Africa are Momu people, they want to depend on reparations money so they can help them move to a different stage. But come on, nobody should be thinking about free money, man. Africans
Okay,
is just
well let's you know what? Cool, that's fine, Jude. I'll get back to you. Let's go to Dr.
yeah,
R.
but let me just
Doctor,
conclude by saying that why Ghanaians are fighting for reparations for their personal gain, Nigerians, fighting for to being the greatest sellout in Africa, why South Africa is fighting to lead the BRICS and all these things, man. It's at the end of the time, man. Kidola should go back and start eating his or his banga soup or whatever, calling French Africans eating croissants as French, like it makes no sense.
his banga soup.
He should go back and be eating his banga soup as an Anglophone, like, you know.
Okay, let's bring in Dr. R. Dr. R. Dr. R, are you there?
Yeah, greetings,
Dr. R,
Africanus.
greetings. Dr. R, does Europe owe, Africa, because they like to say Africa, let's say West Africa, owe them an apology for slavery and looting artifacts, and reparation, like the Ghanaian president said. Do they owe
Well,
reparations?
to be honest, no nation or continent owe each other reparations because that's in the past, Afridamus.
Okay.
Because why are you gonna go? Because if you look at slavery at the time in Africa, slavery was the norm at that time. If you know the history behind that continent,
Right.
like my question is, should Madagascar, who the people are mainly from Australasia, they conquered that island, should they pay reparations to the indigenous inhabitants, whoever lived on that island? Of course not. Should the Magyar people of Hungary, who conquered that land, which is Hungary today, should they pay reparations to those people they pushed out in 2023? Of course not. And I just want to add, isn't it hypocritical of him, speaking of reparations, as he hails from a slave trading tribe called the Akan that sold their own kind into slavery? But do you think slave descent should seek and demand slave trading
But
African tribe
but the
instead of
Europeans
Europeans?
kidnapped those Africans.
No, but no, Afridamus. It was Africans, because if you look at the coastal area of that part of the region,
Right.
they did not kidnap. They worked with tribes in fighting, kidnapping rival tribes. If you know the history of it, so Europeans did not kidnap those Africans. They worked with those Europeans.
But Dr. R, what about the artifacts? What about the artifacts?
They should return. They should return the artifacts back. But that's a separate argument. But I'm just going to speak about the slave trading part today.
So no apology, no reparation for Africa.
I just said Afridamus. That's in the past.
What about the blacks?
Like, I'm gonna get to that as well. Like, Black Americans, if they want reparations, they should go to the tribes that sold them. Like, do you think they should do that?
No, but the tribe is calling for them to come and unite with the tribe so we
No,
can.
but Afridamus, isn't it hypocritical? The president comes from a slave trading tribe. It makes no sense to me.
Well, I've given some stipulation, like, where's the receipts?
You kidding me?
So Dr. R, so for you it's a no-go.
Like, all right then. If the Europeans are going to pay reparations, should the Arabs pay reparations? Should the Turks pay reparations? Should the Chinese pay reparations? Like, what do you think? Because how come it's always European people that should apologize for everything they've done? How come none of these groups that have done atrocities, like the Mongolians, whose ancestors Genghis Khan, have you heard of him? He butchered 20 million people, and they've got a statue of Genghis Khan in in Mongolia, a big statue of him made out of gold. The Mongolians are not going to apologize. They're going to say, let's say if those countries like Iran or Iraq and many other countries, India, all those nations said to Mongolia, you have to pay us $50 billion in reparations. Mongolia is going to say to those countries, that's in the past.
Gotcha. Let me
What do
read this
you?
super chat.
But
Let
what
me
do you?
read. You're right. Let me read this super chat. Kwaku, thank you for the super chat. Kwaku said, "This foolishness will end next year, Afridamus. Akufo Addo will go down as the worst Ghanaian ever. The people are suffering and getting overtaxed, and he's pandering to diasporans." Thank you for the super chat. Kwaku believes that he's pandering to the diaspora on this issue. All right, sorry, Dr. R, you were saying?
Yeah, I was saying is that is all in the past.
Yes. Okay.
And
So you
I was gonna add importantly about white Americans. Should all white Americans should they pay reparations, or those specific ethnic groups like the Anglos, should they pay reparations, or
well,
should
the blacks want all white people to pay, and
no,
also,
but Afro-Damus, you have to be careful. Like, I give an example.
well, they're gonna be
A white,
using our
I give an,
tax dollars.
but
They're gonna make me pay too.
Afro-Damus, the question is, should a white American born in 1991 whose ancestors came from Croatia had no links to slavery, should that white American pay reparations for something that's got nothing to do with him?
Well, I mean, they are benefiting from slavery. They
They
came
sure
But
to
are.
how?
because
Like, I don't.
because the blacks built America.
Yep.
You see,
That
they're
doesn't make.
benefiting from the blacks' free labor.
Yep. What's
You
so
see,
funny about that? Funny about
yeah.
countries to beat and bloody
So
and
so
all that? That's
so they
funny.
have to pay.
African,
Afro-Damus, it makes.
Well, don't come here.
Judah, does that make sense to you,
Don't
my
come
brother?
here. Talk
no, it
like
doesn't
this
make
candy
sense. But
sugar.
affidavits,
Don't
the
come near there.
African, it doesn't make sense at
Take a
all.
bit of the
Affidavits.
sweet.
Judah, can you believe it?
Take a
Someone
bit of
born
the
in
sweet.
1991, yeah, coming from Croatia, who probably left poverty in his country, has got nothing to do with it. Should so and so pay
But
reparations?
don't
Like,
come here.
Well,
Don't
he
have
should
nothing to do with our
have
welfare
he
system.
he
Don't have
should
nothing to do with our voting
well,
system.
he should move to
You
Mexico.
don't pick and choose.
Yeah, he can move to Mexico, but if he come here
Yeah, go
and
ahead.
benefit from all the job that the blacks have done, he gotta pay. He can move to Mexico. But let us go to Nat Turner.
Affidavits.
Nat Turner. Then
I just
hold,
wanted
hold
to
on,
say that the African tribes that sold slaves
Can I
should be the
speak?
one paying reparations, not not the Europeans. The African tribes
exactly,
that
Now
sold.
let me speak.
exactly.
okay,
Can a foundational
guys,
black
get the
American,
likes up.
someone of the
Get
4
the
centuries in America, can I
Jude,
speak?
hold on. Let me get the likes up. Nat Turner. Let
There
me
you
ask
go.
you. So Nat Turner, does the Europeans in America or Africa an apology for slavery, and they owe them reparation, and for stolen artifacts? Let's say you go
Well,
ahead.
for one thing, a lot of us not from Africa. It's a small percentage that's mixed in. But
Well, let's say
we're
this
not
doesn't
suing white
concern.
people.
It doesn't
We're not.
concern the ones that are not from Africa. Are you
We.
from? Is your ancestors from Africa?
I'm from here. We listen.
Well,
I know it.
well, not
Even
Turner,
though
you're not in
African,
this.
huh?
Well, you're not in this reparation talk. Then
Like I
this is
am.
only
But
no.
can I
This is
speak?
only
Can I speak?
no, no. This is
My
only for the. This is
family did slavery. My
well. This is
family did slavery.
what?
My family was enslaved. My blood. My
Didn't
great
you say you were
But
grandparents.
Indian? I thought
They
you were
was enslaved.
Indian.
Not yours.
where did they come
Not
from?
yours. Not mine was.
Where did they come
Whatever they
from?
was. Mixed. Whatever. Huh?
Where did they come from?
A place called United States.
Okay, well, then you guys don't. You guys need to go collect from the Indian reservation. This is for
No, we collected
the
from America.
Africans. This is
Listen,
for the kidnapped
the American
Africans.
government benefited. They the ones that paid.
No reparation for the black
United States
Indians.
made them billions of dollars back in the
Well,
day.
no reparation for the black Indians. This is for the African
What do you
blacks.
mean? Listen, ain't no African blacks wasn't doing nothing over here. They was over
No, no,
Africa. They was
the
over
African
Africa.
blacks. The African blacks worked in the plantation for
No,
free.
they didn't. No, they
Oh
didn't.
yes, they did.
No, they didn't. No, the African
But
blacks
you
over there
yourself,
chopping each other up.
wait a minute, Nat Turner.
The
You
African
yourself,
blacks over there chopping each other up.
wait, Nat Turner. Even you yourself, when you came, the first thing out of your mouth was, oh, not all of us are from here. Well, I said it in the beginning. I gave the disclaimer. I said, this is only for the ones that are from Africa. You see, the ones, not the Indians, just the Africans. Because
Prove it. A
prove
DNA,
what?
a DNA
Well,
that's going to listen.
Well, not Turner, we are.
I'm gonna tell you
I
how
already
close
said
the
it.
DNA test was.
Hold on.
Them
I already
DNA tests
said.
never come with a name.
Well, I
They
already
can't
said it.
name me one person that we related to over there. It
Hold
only
on.
say you from Ghana.
Not Turner.
Listen,
Wait, not
they
Turner.
can't
Not
name a
Turner.
name.
Not Turner. Have you
Where
ever
they get the
seen?
DNA from? The
Hold
compare.
on. Not
Hey,
Turner. Have you ever seen the Maury Show? Have you ever seen the Maury Show? Let me give you a scenario.
some of the Moors that
Wait.
was
Let me
enslaved,
give you a minute. Hold on.
some of them were enslaved.
Have you ever seen this where the guy comes in and they're like, "You the daddy," and he's pretending. He's like, "Yeah." Maury's like, "If you the daddy, what you gonna do?" He's like, "Maury, even if I'm not the daddy, I'ma still be there, right?" So
That ain't the same thing.
wait. So Maury brings the brown envelope there, like, we got the envelope here. When it comes to little Jaquisha, little Rere, you are not the father. He starts dancing, and the mama.
That person to
Hold on,
person.
wait a minute. Even though the mama, she's hood and crazy as hell, she still knows the DNA is real. This is why.
Listen,
What about all the people? What about all the
DNA?
so you
Listen. Where do y'all get your DNA that y'all proved that y'all never got a name? Name the African that gave DNA to pre. Don't say a country. Don't say what on the colonies. Y'all can't name a name.
Yes,
They
we
just
can.
match somebody. Who did
Yes,
it
we
match?
can.
Who
Yes,
did it
we
match?
can.
Who did it match?
Kunta
It's
Kinte.
never a name.
Kunta
It's never a
Kinte.
name.
Oh
Because
yeah.
it's a time game.
No, we just
It's a
gave you a name.
time.
Kunta Kinte. What about Kunta Kinte?
They making it up.
Oh no.
Alex
That's not
Haley.
made up. No, that's not
Alex
made up.
Haley got busted for plagiarizing,
Hold
making
on.
it up.
Not Turner. Let me tell
He
you
was
this.
in court
Not
law.
Turner. Not Turner. I know people whose real name is Kunta. Okay?
Yeah.
I've been to
Not in
Kunta Kinte's.
America.
I've been
Not
to
in
his
America.
village. No, I've been to his village.
Go ahead. That ain't America.
Okay,
That's
so
an
Nat Turner. Okay, let me ask you, Nat Turner. Okay, Nat Turner, is your people from Africa or not? Because if you're not, then this reparation here, you're not getting any check. You're
Yes,
not.
it is.
No,
It's
no,
American reparations.
no.
Don't say Americans don't apply for American reparations. That
No.
sounds so silly.
No, this
can't
is
go
for
to
the
court. You don't have
African
the power,
blacks.
or no
This is
African leader, no African country has the power to dictate to American citizens. You can't tax American citizens. You can't do nothing. You can't tell us where we get our check, where we get our money. Y'all don't have that power. That is international. None of y'all leaders
Hold
got
on.
any power to make this government to tax our citizens. We don't owe y'all nothing.
Hold on,
Us
Nat Turner.
black over here
Wait.
don't owe y'all nothing.
Hold on, Nat
That's
Turner.
a lie.
Nat Turner.
America
Wait.
owes y'all nothing.
Okay, wait,
Nothing.
Nat Turner. If you're saying you're not from Africa, how come Nana Akufo, that is giving the speech, how come you all look alike? How come?
Man, I look like a whole lot of goddamn people. So
No.
what?
I ain't. No, you look more like him. I didn't see many people that look like you, but Nana Akufo, he's like your kinfolk.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna tell you this. I can prove it.
How come he look like you and he's not Indian?
He don't look
African.
like me. You say every black people look alike.
No.
To me, he don't look like me. Him and his noggin and he don't look like me. But I'm saying this.
So Nat Turner, are you Indian? Is your people?
I'm native.
Are you African? Do you have any African?
I tell you why we Indians.
No, you're what? You're what? Indian? Did you say you're Indian? Wait, did you say you were Indian?
Native American.
So, well, Nat Turner. Well, this is for the blacks who their ancestors are Africans.
My Native American people family.
No, Nat Turner. We are talking about.
America.
No, Nat Turner.
You just got here.
Yeah, but we're talking.
Listen,
fine. We're talking about our people. We're talking about our people.
You have no power
No, if you're
tax
not
American
people,
citizens.
you can get no check.
Not an African leader have any power to tax any U.S. citizens. I
No,
dare you try it.
not
I
Turner.
dare
Here,
you try
let me
it.
tell you what's gonna
I dare
happen. Let
you
me
go to American
hold
court
on, not
and
Turner.
say
Let me
I'm gonna tax
explain.
these citizens. You can't do it. You're not getting no reparations. It's going to black Native Americans,
Not Turner.
FBA,
Let me
and coming to
explain.
us. You're not getting a dime.
Let me explain how this is gonna happen. Did
No,
you
you
see
ain't.
the?
Good.
Well,
What
hold
you
on. You
saying don't
see?
mean nothing.
Wait. You see the video I showed you? So what's gonna happen is the blacks who here, not the Indians, the blacks who believe that who know their ancestors are from Africa,
They're
right?
not.
You see them in the video. They're there with Nana Akufo. We all saw it, right? So they over there. They agree that even if the center is called the WEB Du Bois Center. So now the blacks here are going to unite with Africa because they know they're from
That's
there.
a lie.
Hold on, they're gonna unite on this reparation, and once the French and all, they're gonna take them to the United Nations, and once they pass it, Nat Turner, you are
You
Indian, you're not
dreaming.
getting no check, you're
You
not
dream.
getting any
French ain't
check.
got nothing to do with us. Black
Well,
Americans.
no,
French
the
ain't got
blacks,
nothing to do with us.
no, we
Y'all
are
got
going
nothing to
to
do with it.
unite, Nat
You
Turner.
cannot tax. No
We're going to
country in
unite.
the
Hold
world
on,
can
Nat
tax
Turner.
U.S. citizens.
Not
Not
Turner,
one country. I
we
dare
are
y'all to
going to
try it.
unite. Hold on, we are going to unite with the
No, we
blacks.
ain't. We like we but y'all.
No, we
My
are going to
family's
unite.
here.
Wait a minute.
Generations of my centuries of my family is here. I
Fine,
know
I'm
damn
not talking.
Africa.
Wait,
I ain't
I'm
gonna
not
leave my
talking.
people's graves over here to go deal with y'all funky people.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about not
I'm
the
talking about
Indians.
me,
I'm
my
talking
family.
about the
I
blacks.
got
The real.
thousands of people that's blood related to. I'm in America.
No, okay,
Personal
fine.
family.
Not Turner.
Personal
Okay,
family.
okay. Do you agree that some of the blacks, their ancestors come from Africa? Do you
Nah.
agree to that?
Well,
Huh?
some may have. I don't know. I don't know
Oh,
of any.
so
I
is
mean,
everyone
Africa's
Indian?
here now, but
Is
y'all
everyone?
probably come lately.
Oh, no.
Y'all came centuries
Okay,
late.
let me tell you what's gonna happen. We're gonna unite with our people, the
Nah, we ain't
blacks.
like with that. We ain't y'all people.
No, you
We
Indian, I
ain't y'all
know.
people.
No, you Indian. I get that.
Yeah, we
I'm
native.
talking
We
of,
native here.
no, yeah, I'm talking
We
about
native
our
here.
people. I'm talking about our people, the
That ain't
blacks.
your people. You ain't got no
Oh,
people over here.
no,
Except
oh
the
no.
immigrants that came over.
No, the blacks are our people. We're gonna
No, they
unite with
ain't.
the blacks
No, they ain't. No,
and
we
we're
ain't.
gonna okay.
That's a
You
lie.
you you, you heard what the
That's
president
a
said.
lie.
You heard
We
what
ain't
he
got no
said.
citizenship. Our loyalty is with this soil.
But you're
The
not
hell with everybody else.
no, you're
Hell with
Indian.
America. Hell with Africa. Hell with South America. I'm loyal to this country. Whatever
Okay.
money I get is gonna go in this country.
Well,
We got plenty of
have
land,
you been paying
plenty of
taxes,
resources.
Nat Turner?
Huh?
Have you been paying taxes?
I'd overpay taxes. My
Well,
family
thank
been
you.
taxes
Well,
for
I
centuries.
wanna, you know what? I wanna thank you for paying taxes because without people like you paying us Africans, we are not getting that
Y'all ain't
check.
getting nothing.
Oh no,
Y'all
we
ain't getting
getting.
nothing.
Oh yeah, we getting
Y'all
that
ain't getting
check.
nothing.
Oh,
Y'all ain't
you.
getting nothing from America.
Oh, you
Y'all
keep
ain't gonna
saying
tax
that.
the American
We
citizens.
we
We are
already
American citizens. You and no other country ain't got the power to
we
tax
already
us
got 54
like them
billion.
Europeans tax y'all. Like them Europeans tax y'all, colonists, they don't have the power. That's
Not
why
Turner.
England got kicked out for
Not
trying to
Turner.
tax us.
Not Turner. They just gave
Okay?
us 50.
In,
They just
in
gave us 54
1776,
billion.
England got kicked out for that.
Not Turner.
You cannot tax America, not black Americans. You can't tell them to give our money to you. Our money stays here.
Oh,
It benefits America,
we
not
taking.
y'all. Y'all say y'all got that bricks, and y'all should be happy with that. Do what the hell y'all came with that bullshit. But y'all ain't getting our stuff. You're in a law in the world. England got kicked out. Other countries do not tax us. That's why we had a revolution. Because of that.
Well,
Just because of that.
thank you, Nat
You'll
Turner,
never get it.
for
You'll
all
never
your
get it.
time that you've been paying taxes. I hate to tell you,
You ain't getting none of it.
since
I
you
get my
claiming
taxes
Indian,
now.
let
I
us.
get all my benefits. I get benefits now. So I get mine. I
Well,
get benefits now every
we
month.
going well
Plus
we gonna be
pension,
getting the look.
all kinds of stuff. I get money
Wait,
from the
okay,
government.
wait. Do
I
you
get
support? Let me ask you. Do you do you, do you support the idea that Europe owes the white people owes Africa apology and reparation on all the stuff they stole from Africa?
Let me say this.
You're an
Let me say
Indian.
this.
Speak
Yeah,
as an Indian.
answer.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm speaking Indian.
Yeah.
That's your problem.
Then why did you
That
call
ain't my
in?
problem. Because I'm talking about the reparations owned to me. That crazy stuff that Nana Akufo talking.
Who's gonna pay you? Who's gonna pay you?
1.5 billion that he loved and he made a bag off of. He ain't getting that. He ain't getting no reparation. You could not tax Americans in no country.
Not Turner. Well,
No
I hate
country can do that.
not Turner. I hate to tell you, we
You
gonna
ain't
get
getting nothing.
no.
Right,
We
you got
gonna
thing for talking like that. If you're real, go to any tax thing, go to IRS and say that, and watch you get a plane ride back.
not
to
Turner. Not Turner.
Yeah.
We'll go to
Watch you get a plane
Kidola.
ride back.
Hold on. We'll go to
And that's
Kidola.
all straight tax on.
I hate to tell you, but y'all Indians gonna be paying us reparation. Let me go to
Yeah,
Kidola.
right. We
Yeah,
ain't getting
Kidola, welcome to the
right.
Afridamus report.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Turner. Thank you for you here, Turner.
So,
Thank you, brother.
Kidola, do you think, like the Nana Akufo said, does Europe and America owe Africa an apology for slavery? Slavery, do they owe apology and reparation? What is your take? And you heard what Nana Akufo said. He's speaking for Africa. Go ahead.
I don't think so. I think Africans have the resources to take care of themselves. Africa have the manpower and everything to take care of themselves. What happened in the past is in the past. Well, Africans, the children of the continent that was being taken away a long time ago, Africans have to figure it out how to. When I mean Africa, I mean the West Africans, where those people came from. How to figure it out, how to accept those that accept that they are descendants of the Africans that they took a long time ago. And it's a shame. Now I understand why some of people, some Africans and some Caribbeans, major of Caribbeans say Black Americans are lost souls.
Well,
Now,
Kidola, when you say that, what do you mean by lost souls?
you can see that how Natona is talking about he's not African, but you look like an African. You understand? You see, Antona, you're not a native of nowhere. Your people are slaves, possibility slave traders that they took from Africa. Possibility my village people slaved your people.
You got proof?
Hold on, hold on. If you're so scared, why don't if you're not scared, why don't you go to one hospital and say, I want to know my ethnic, why do I have bone pain? Or trace your family if you have sickle cell.
Oh man, a lot of people, white people got
Hold on,
sickle
hold
cell.
on, hold on, hold on. Trace your family if you have sickle cell in your family, or if you're
I
sickle
don't
cell.
have it in my family, but that don't mean nothing.
Hold on. Do you have sickle cell in your family?
Man, they got sickle cell in South America just as hot as Africa.
The
The equator don't stop in Africa.
Hold on.
The sun don't stop in Africa.
Hold on, let me tell you one thing. There was a lady who is white now in Britain. This lady was sick, and there's no history that they'll be told that, oh, you are black, they said that your family. But when this lady was sick, right, that they have to do some kind of blood test on her, they now find out she's a sickle cell carrier. Her great grandfather was an African man. So
Yeah.
look,
And what that got to do with the price of eggs?
hold on. She looked white. She's
Yeah, what I got to do with the price of eggs?
So sometimes when other Caribbeans are seeing Black Americans, sometimes I say these are lost souls, and I believe you people are really lost souls.
Y'all lost souls because y'all don't know what country y'all belong to.
The way you
Them
put
lines are European lines.
Hold on.
Those countries are European countries.
Not Turner, don't interrupt him. So Kidola, touch on. So do you? Then why is Nana Akufo fighting for reparation for Africa? AU, picked him to talk about this, and they picked Ghana. What is going on?
AU did pick nothing.
But why is Nana Akufo busy trying to get us reparation? Is this reparation for Africa or the blacks?
I really don't understand Nana Akufo. Let's just be truth. I love some Ghanaian head of state. That I forget the other guy is tall, have red eyes. You know, I love people like that, JJ Rawlings and Nana Akufo is just play to the gallery. You see, he brought some Black Americans there, and he's also play. This is politics, and you don't play politics.
His move is supported by the Open Society.
Which open society? Where is the society?
Hold on, I'll show you who's the leader, who came up with the Open Society that sponsored it. This guy here.
George Soros.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, he's funding. He's also funding lots of the Black movements here.
Okay.
Nah, that ain't true.
He gives a lot of money to
discrimination lawsuit
but,
against
you better learn about this. This is the Open Society.
You see, Nana Akufo is just speaking like people like that. Only that he's far
So
more.
Nana Akufo is backed by lots of money.
Yeah.
right.
Nana Akufo is just speaking his own terms.
You don't get no reparations money, that's for sure.
Hold on. Nana Akufo is far more better than your fake leader called Tariq Rashid. Look, the way Black Americans speak sometimes, some of you, and not all, the white Americans who even fought for the Indians know who are the Indians, who they met there, and they wrote. Look,
Oh, you don't even know.
Hold on. I always say the white man never lied about you people, you blacks. They said they pick you people from West Africa, a different part of West Africa. They took you people to United States and some other place. It's not even the white American. It's just the British. The white Americans are majority British. You stop. It's the British. It's the British that took your.
No, they're Germanic.
And the Portuguese.
They're Germanic. Three-fourths of whites in America is from German descent. The tribe German pride.
Not Turner. Let him finish. Not Turner.
These white people that call themselves white Americans are majority British. Then Norwegians and Denmark and all those other.
It's a lot of Germans.
Yeah, a lot of Germans. So
German.
So even those that
The English is German descent.
Hold on. Those white people those people that brought you people said we are Europeans, we are Vikings. The other said I'm Anglophone. The other said I'm German. The other said I'm Dutch, Netherlands or whatever they want to call themselves. But you that has been slave under the potato tree and ask people to start planting carrot and cotton, and your ancestors, if they pull a picture out of those slave traders, of those slaves who were working under those cotton fields, under the hustle of Texas,
slave traders in Africa right now,
and South Carolina. And for that, I would like you to put the pictures of those those former slave people. You will see how they look like.
They're Africans.
That they're Africans.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Unless some of them eventually became part of the Motisa tribe when they started.
So you say them 5,000-year-old Negro skulls in Mexico, the Olmecs.
The Olmecs are not Negroes.
Yeah, they are.
That's why they are called the Olmecs.
All the scientists say that. That's all the scientists say
that. Not Turner. The Olmecs are not Negroes.
Yeah, they are.
Afrodamas, you know what I
believe?
Yeah.
I think that's what the scientists say.
I think what happened, don't blame the Black Americans too much. You see, actually, the Black Americans will actually be isolated for a very, very long time. While the other ones were having refreshment, the Black Americans will actually be reproduced as factories in the United States. Why the Jamaicans? Hold on. Why the Jamaicans?
Hold on now, Turner.
Why the Jamaicans and the Caribbeans were having fresh Africans always coming? What I mean, they were bringing more fresh Africans to those places. So these black,
we got the Caribbean.
Hold on. So these Black Africans were always seeing other Africans they were bringing in, but the Black Americans actually was being turned as a lab test. That lab test is it kind of like I slave this man, I slave this woman. They start producing children. So it's like a dog producing children, and these dog children are being sold. So the Black Americans
you read too many comic books.
Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Let me read this. 1 second. The Cure said, I don't believe that at all. regarding George Soros, Fox News, right-wing talking point. Don't believe everything on the internet. I didn't get it from the internet. Didn't you listen to the video? You heard it from, Nana Akufo's own mouth. They are supported by the Open Society.
So,
Go back and listen to the video that I played. But go ahead.
so Afrodamos, so what you see now is that some of these blacks, it would be produced back in United States. Some of them have no African sounds, like the way the Caribbeans have some of these African names. Especially if you listen to the Jamaicans and some of these Trinidad and Tobago and all these people still have some of these African sounds, African food like the akara and
We're
other
not
food that,
Jamaicans.
hold on, the African food that these people they still eat in Africa. Some of them eat some of this food. They eat some of these cookie yams and everything. The Black Americans will be taught to eat pancake. You understand me? So the Black Americans will be taught to eat hamburger. The
Yeah.
Black Americans will be taught to do other things, and they don't have the
Anybody
mind of
taught
their
us we
own.
was here when it was
Huh?
made.
One,
When
because
we
hold on. The way, look, if
So
if,
so
if
they
the,
were mostly just eating pancakes and
yeah, they were eating yeah, they were eating
sugar
pancakes.
straws and,
Yeah, they
and
were eating more what the white people were eating,
yeah,
they have to formulate sometimes their own food. So the
yeah, and
same thing.
they became white.
So if the black people have to
They
unite,
eating another thing they like mac and cheese and fried chicken.
with cheese, is on
y'all
top.
did too.
So
Yeah,
if all the blacks have to unite, I think the black Americans
Unite
have to
first.
undergo kind of like another kind of
withdrawal, like a withdrawal.
yeah, they have to really really
If that ever happened, I would be happy to open up
Yeah, ain't
like
no problem.
to open like
Y'all done. That's why I want
hold
to
on, Nat
unite.
Turner, hold on, Nat Turner. So I would be happy to open rehab centers where people are withdrawing
yes,
from their hamburger habits and
yeah, I talked about the
pancakes,
rehab. They
so
have to
they
really
can come live at the Afridamus Rehab Center.
How about monkey meat?
That's better. Monkey soup.
Yeah, how about that?
they eat like Scottish. The food black Americans are eating are all Scottish food. You
We
understand?
the
And
same thing white people eat. What are you talking about?
Africa,
You go to the
Scotland have been
supermarket.
hiding their hands Scotland been hiding their hand in slave trade. When you talk about the Anglophone real slave traders, the one that came to United States, they're all Scottish. The food you eat, the way you speak, all kind of like the gumbo, whatever you black Americans are eating, these are Scottish food. These are not African food. You understand? If you really want to taste African food outside Africa, you have to go to these Caribbean countries. So you people talk like Scottish. You people have sometimes Scottish name, last name. That just what happened.
So Kidola, what do you say about Nana Akufo taking the stand instead of talking about Niger, but he's talking about reparation? I mean, reparation is good if he can get it in.
Nana Akufo is like Chicky George in Root.
Chicken George?
Yeah, Nana Akufo is like
Did you say Chicken George?
Yes. Nana Akufo is like a Chicky George. He's a guy who played the double game. You have one hand with a whip, the other hand you have an handkerchief that can rub your chest out of your face. So he's playing Chicky George, and he can do anything as long as you have that money to buy his Rolls Royce and his Bentley. Have you ever seen his car collection? He have all these cars. He's a pure capitalist, but with a twisted mind. You know what I mean? So you don't anything Nana Akufo is saying, don't just believe him at all. He just sing. He have a nice voice. He have a big voice.
So you're saying AU did not select him and select him to head the reparation movement?
No, nobody select him. He's a guy. I don't know what he studied. I think it's a lawyer.
Yeah.
Nana Akufo have skills of using that in voice, and he have that voice to say things that is very convincing. But he's not really real. That's why I call him Chicky George. You understand? So that's what he is.
Let's bring in Zongo on that note. Zongo, welcome to the Afridamus Report again.
Hello, Afrodamus.
Zongo.
Greetings to you, the
Greetings.
panelists, and the chat.
Zongo, your president, Nana Akufo, is saying that Europeans, they owe Africa an apology and reparation. Before I go to that, L.A. Wilkes, the Nigerian black, I don't know if Nigerians would accept you, but Kidola, here's one of your people, one of the blacks, but he is he said he's Nigerian. I don't know if you would accept him in. He said neck toner got more fat rolls than teeth. LA Wilkes, be nice, please. You know, be nice. Be a nice person. Now Turner is, even though he's not black, he's Indian. Be nice to him. We welcome everyone here. So Zongo, go ahead, Zongo.
Yeah, after Damos, man, I was gonna say something, but after listening to Nat Turner, I mean, I had a mixture of different emotion. Whether I should feel sad for Nat Turner or I should just no, just whatever.
But why? What are you talking about?
I mean, come on, if you claim to be a native Indian, man, you don't have to be fighting for reparation. They got reservations around
Yeah, and casinos.
and casinos, right? I was at the
Yeah.
Chehalis reservation the last
We
time.
gonna we gonna get all that. We gonna get all that stuff.
No, you don't need to. You have to go and settle
It's
over
late
there.
coming, but we gonna get all that stuff. That's why
They
y'all
have
trying
it
to
over
do
there.
it.
I was at the Chehalis reservation.
That's, that's why
Okay, it's my
y'all
turn.
trying to
Let me
sneak in our reparations.
let
I
me.
understand. Y'all starving. I understand.
Oh,
Y'all starving too.
not Turner. Let the African talk,
Yes,
please.
sir. Mhm.
Yeah, please
Yeah.
do not. Because if not, we're gonna send you a reparation bill. Let the African talk.
Ah,
Go
So
ahead,
after
Zongo.
Damas, I was at the Chehalis reservation, and to my surprise, a lot of the people that I saw over there, they were
They
pretty
don't look
white.
black.
They were pretty white people. I'm like, what? They
You were
got.
shocked. You were
I
shocked
was
that the Indians were not black.
I was shocked. I was like, what? I was expecting to see the Indians that I see on Google, right?
No, maybe you
And
went to. Hold on, Zongo. Are you sure you did not go to like a place you saw some Hispanics and you started thinking that they're natives?
no, I went at a reservation.
Nah, Zongo.
I went to
That's
the
not.
Ghanaian.
You mean they did not look like Nat Turner?
No freaking way.
Come on.
you
They
talking
look
about
more.
Hollywood? They
What?
Italian playing Indians. They ain't real Indians. They
No, they look.
Italian.
They look
That's the
way.
Actors
They look
Guild.
more European than even the Indians, if you ask me, Afrodamas. And this is just,
The ones in the
just
movie was Italians.
a real life experience
They
that
was
I
in the
had.
Actors
Hold on,
Guild playing
Nat
Indians.
Turner. Nat Turner. Do not interrupt. I don't want to have to drop you in the back. Let the man talk. Go
So I
ahead,
really
Zongo.
understand. I really understand when you said that where you work, where you used to work, for the prisons, why a lot of them claim they were Indians. I wouldn't be surprised. And I mean, Akufo Addo. I mean, I don't know like who's really which people are close to him because if he really know these blacks over here, man, he wouldn't be fighting for their cause. Actually, if I can be honest with you. Um, I don't know, but he's a politician. It's like any other leader, right? I think the year of return kind of it gave him some popularity in Ghana, and he's trying to capitalize on that. He's just capitalizing on that. He needs to make a mark before he leaves.
Yeah, but Zongo, people have been calling for the unity between Africa and the diaspora, and that's what he is doing.
Exactly. I mean, there's a strong African American association in Ghana. I mean, the Leonard ones. So I'm sure they are the ones working close in hand with the Ghanaian government to do that. But I mean, most of the times, I mean the Leonard ones they don't have no issues. But majority of the blacks here in the U.S. I don't know I don't know if you have to really fight for their struggle. You gotta
No,
leave them
this is
like.
for Africa to get reparation, Zongo.
No, I was
Nana
just.
Akufo is even fighting for
Yeah,
Nigeria, the
yeah, yeah.
Benin people to get their artifacts.
No, I was even just addressing an alternative part. But as far as like the Europeans and the
Or in
Caribbeans,
apology, yeah.
I think that's a bold step actually. Actually, I think I don't know. It's just like you guys.
Do you agree with him or not?
I think the way you guys are saying that fair trade. I think
No,
the
that's what Judah said. Judah is just an African hater.
no. I'm just talking about in previous conversation about what is going on in Burkina and Niger. It has always been unfair trade, right? Well, the
Right.
trade that happened, centuries ago was pretty much unfair, selling
No,
humans. Let's go.
they kidnapped Nat Turner's ancestors.
Nope. Nope.
Man, just
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Natona is a native.
for
Native, yeah,
wine. So
very
for
much
wine,
so.
they sold people for wines and mirrors. Man,
Zongo, that is Zongo. Do you have receipt for this?
this was unfair trade,
How
man.
do you know they didn't exchange a bag of cocoa for that wine? How do you know?
Well,
You
I
know
mean,
the white
I did
people are
studies,
very
right? So
slick. So wait, so Zongo, are you surprised to see Nana Akufo asking for reparation? But the blacks,
yeah,
some of the blacks think Africans are the ones that owe them a reparation.
well, I mean,
What do you think about that scenario?
yeah, well, Akufo is actually requesting that from the Europeans, right? So I don't know why this even the blacks are even
No,
engaged in
because
the
he said it's for the black diaspora in the Americas
yeah,
and
including them as
Caribbean.
well.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, if you ask me personally, I mean, when it comes to the blacks, I mean, the diasporas, the ones in the Caribbeans and South America, I would say fight for them. But the ones in America, I wouldn't even spend deserve that if you ask me. They just lost, souls, man.
I have a quick question. I'm just curious. Now, Turner, do you celebrate Thanksgiving?
No, but I eat the turkey though.
Oh, okay.
Turkey leg. And free food day.
Oh,
Free
okay.
food day. I know
So,
the real thing. They burned up Indians and natives. They
uh-huh,
cannibalized. I
uh-huh.
know the true story
So
of it.
you do celebrate Thanksgiving.
Now I don't celebrate. I just sneak a turkey leg and get out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know what that's about. They burned the Native Americans hungry, starving, they couldn't survive, and they burned the Indian, the
Yeah,
natives in a barn and ate them.
yeah.
After that
Yeah,
was, I think, what
What's
yeah.
Akufo.
The Europeans practiced cannibalism back then, heavy up in
I
what's
Europe.
think see when Akufo before he assumed office, he made a lot of promises to the Ghanaian population. He did say when he comes to office, he's gonna make sure every district has one factory. He's gonna make sure he industrialized the whole of Ghana's district. I mean, 8 years in government, no progress. I mean, and he's kind of
wait,
split.
wait. So you're saying he's not doing a good job in Ghana?
What? Didn't you see Born to be Free saying the economy needs some serious help? It's not.
Well,
He's just,
that's why he's asking for reparation.
well, a lot of the times you guys just want some good talk. I mean, see, and most of the leaders they know what you guys want. So Akufo-Addo is just an expert in that. He just gives
What
you.
do you mean? So why is he coming here trying to convince us, but not the people in Ghana?
Yeah, because he knows you, the experts. That's what you want. Maybe you might troop in Ghana, bring some tourist money, and help boost the economy. Because now they started charging tourism tax. They get money from tourism now. So I mean,
So if you're black, no exemption.
from what the tourism tax?
Yeah,
They charge you tourism tax. They're gonna charge you for that if you eat at a
Gambia do
restaurant
that
every
do that too at the airport.
at the airport, right? Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
So wait, are these people secretly collecting taxes from us diasporans? Like what's
where
going on?
where the government of Ghana is actually trying to improve the infrastructure so they can make money. I mean, just that people say pimping. I mean, there's nothing wrong, man. If they improve, just come on,
You
man.
mean you guys are pimping the blacks?
Oh, Afidam a lot of us have been complaining that there has to be trading between, there has to be some kind of like connection, cultural exchange between, the diaspora. I mean, there's nothing wrong instead of giving the money elsewhere. There's nothing wrong giving it to your own, people in the name of Pan Africanism.
We ain't your
Wow.
people. We're not your people.
Wow. Wow. Let me bring in UFC super fan. Zongo, you're wild. UFC super fan, welcome to the Afridamus report.
Welcome, Africanus.
UFC super fan. What do you think? Does Europe owe Africa apology and reparation according
I
to
think
Nana Akufo?
they own us an apology, but I think they own only black Americans, black Americans.
But what about the
reparation.
Jamaicans? The Caribbeans was enslaved. They were there.
I
They were
think
brought there as
let me say
slaves.
yes, including Caribbeans. Yeah, those are the people they should pay.
So what you saying? Africans, we don't need reparation?
No, I don't think. No, I don't think we need it. No,
But how come? But why don't we need reparation?
we should go and hustle money by ourselves. We should go and hustle instead of.
So you just want the blacks to get free money?
Yes, the American black and the Caribbeans.
But you see, UFC, you are encouraging them to be lazy.
They're already lazy. They still need this. It's not going to change anything.
Afidamos, quick question though. If these leaders get a reparation check, do you think everybody
Also,
gonna get an equal
Ghana also
yes,
Ghana
share of
leaders they need to see. They need to be careful. It's like,
and also, what do you think about Natona saying he's not African? But focus on Ghana first.
Natona is a walking contradiction, so there's no need to argue with him.
Yeah, right.
It's a walking contradiction. So, well, Akobo, president of Ghana, his tenure is up. By next year, will be gone. So we'll have another president there. The current one is a total failure. So there's no need of discussing about that guy because he speak with both mouths. They will say something here today. We say another thing in the next conference.
So you think he's just a sweet talker?
See, after them, I always say, don't listen to the talk. Pay attention to their actions. Actions matters a lot. Like we discussed the last time, you say Nigerians are the coon, are the sellout. But if you want to catch the real sellout, follow the money. The money will lead you to the real sellout. Yeah, the money will lead you to the real sellout. For instance, most of the $1.something trillion South Africa Stock Exchange are owned by who? The white daddy. Do you think they would do anything to South Africa to hurt those investments? No.
So you're saying white daddy is sponsoring South Africa?
Of course.
Are you sure you're not being jealous? You're not being jealous of them?
I'm not jealous. I'm just saying, okay, we are the coon. Did they allow us to join this thing today? No.
But why do you think they did? Why do you think they didn't allow you guys?
Since we are the sellout, I believe they would have just picked us once. They know we will sell out, but they didn't. If you want to use that logic, so we are not. Follow the money. Check those who are in control of the money, where all the investment is going. Look at those places. Those are the sellouts.
Okay. So do you think
the white man don't care about your feelings or anything? It's just about the money, the money, the money.
So what were you saying when you said for example, let's say you said the blacks might need reparation, but what about the blacks who are not, their ancestors were not put on that slave ship? They said they were like, no, the ones that are natives here in America, like for example, like Natona, his ancestors are not from Africa. They've never been from Africa. They are the natives of this country. They spoke the Totonese language. That's their language.
Then you should go and join their platform. You should leave this place. Go and meet your brothers and communicate with them. Why are you joining Africa? If you are not black, then why are you joining a black platform to discuss issues about black people?
You over here claiming y'all benefit from further vaccine stuff meant for us.
I claim you.
Yeah, you set aside and all that. Y'all claim black on the application.
What am I going to do with you? Shut the fuck up and go and eat something.
Well, guys, let's be nice. Let's be nice.
Y'all use us.
Claiming
y'all right. Black American when y'all apply for stuff.
Let's bring in Mike. Let's bring in Mike.
Let me ask Natona a quick question. Natona, okay, since you identify as Indian, right? If the U.S. government put on an application that check African American or check Native American, which one do you check?
I've done that. I put FBA.
No,
Well,
no, 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 no.
and I
Stop
cross.
it, stop it.
Let me tell you what I do.
No, we
Actually,
all know on the
I cross
application.
everything out.
No,
I
no,
cross
not
everything out.
not
And I
now.
cross
Not
everything
now.
out.
In the United States, this is the choice they give you. They write
That's what I
white.
do.
Wait. On the application, they write white. They write African American. They have
Nope.
write Native American,
I cross them all out.
and they write Asians.
And they got
Which
one
one do
called
you
other.
check? Do you check Native American or do you check African American?
No,
Mike, I check
Mike, in relation to
FBA.
what are you asking for?
They don't have
They,
FBA on
they
there.
don't. They don't have
FBA.
FBA.
You mean
They don't have
Asian?
FBA. African, you know what I'm talking
FBA.
about? Application.
I'm
So we
FBA.
maybe I'm trying to tell you, maybe we Africans like that live here, we should be the only one checking the African American. You should just check Native American.
Y'all can have that.
You
Hey,
stop claiming our because the U.S. government, those things, those
you can have African American. That's garbage.
Listen, those things that the U.S. government puts for African American, the different, definition, the description. Wait, Netona. What they say is this thing here is for people of African descent. That's what they say. That's what the U.S. government say. So if that's a welfare or some kind of program, they don't say FBA. They say this is for people of African descent, meaning every one of us have proven to be of African descent. So now, if you're saying you're not African, you're Native American, so stop collecting those welfare that's for people of African descent. That belongs to Afro-Damers, and
they don't get it either.
So you're the one robbing Afro-Damers, stealing from Afro-Damers.
People get welfare.
That's right.
So you're stealing from Judean and Afro-Damers. So those things the U.S. government put aside for them, you're Native American, you're claiming it.
The blood and the work, and we put it, not yours.
No.
Okay,
Natona, he's got a point. You know why? Natona, because Natona, you are stealing our identity because we are Africans and I'm African American.
I'm not African. I keep telling you that.
Yeah, but then why do you check the African box?
I don't. I cross everything out. And
So okay, Natona. If we are receiving our checks, do you think you deserve a check?
You ain't getting no check. You ain't getting no.
So don't tell him, man. Tell him to give you any form, any form that include FBA on the form.
You might do that stuff
let's see.
But I ain't gonna con you.
Hold on. There's no form with FBA on it, man.
Let's bring in. Hold on. Allow. Be positive. Be positive. Welcome to the Afro-Damers. Oh,
I thought it was
positive. I don't know what happened to your internet. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, so I have to say about all these Akufo Addo and all these people that just talk. I think it's high time black man will stop talking and just actually start doing things.
So Mike, no apology according to Akufo.
I think we just those people need to shut up. They just need to shut the hell up and stop doing these whole fake things just to get up. This kumbaya shit. We're just deceiving ourselves. At the end of the day, every one of us go to the white man to go do deals.
So what about the artifacts? You don't want it returned, Mike?
Dude, no one's giving you shit, dude. No, first of all, think about it.
Mike,
think about it.
Some of them have been returned to Nigeria.
Is it fake?
So we didn't need the Ghanaians to make it to get it done.
But UFC, if it wasn't for Ghanaians fighting for you, you wouldn't get it back.
Really?
Dude, guys.
When
Nana Akufo is representing Africa to get the whole coast.
Last year. It was returned last year, not this year.
No.
When did
he's been fighting for years.
No, Nigeria has been secretly doing his work. I told
you. Exactly, Nigerian artists like Wole Soyinka.
I think you guys just don't know what Nana Akufo is doing behind the scene.
No.
Dude, that's not what we need, man. Begging white man to give you something, that's very embarrassing.
Mike, didn't you hear his speech? He's not begging. He's telling them how it's gonna go.
Wait. You're telling me
hold on. Let me read this. Store Strong, thank you for the super chat. Said Nana knows what he's doing. Yes, Nana knows what he's doing.
You can get something. Thank you. Put Nathan in the back. Afro-Damers, there's two ways you can get something from another man. you get it with force or you beg for it. So which one is Akufo doing?
Look,
Is he
Akufo
using
does
force to get it? Does he have any
Mike,
kind of freaking?
hold on, Mike. Didn't you see when Nana Akufo gave that speech?
That's what I'm saying. These speeches
Wait,
are a
hold
bunch
on.
of begging bullshit.
Hold on, Mike. Hold on. Remember when he gave that speech, you know, threatening these African beggars, these leaders that are begging? That's
Man,
when I respect. That's when I gave Nana Akufo full respect, because
well, then you go behind your back and go back.
First of all, Mike, if it wasn't for Nana Akufo, Nigeria would be crawling begging the white man to give those artifacts back. Don't you know this? So
Well,
be thankful.
But anyway, let me tell you something, man. You see, if you look in the past, the white man was in India, brutalizing them. The white man was in even China. He was there brutalizing them. Those people, their response is not that, okay, white man should go apologize to me and gonna give me something to help me lift myself up. So
India gets money from the UK. Do you know how much money they get?
Come on, stop it, man.
Yes, they do. Look it up.
Wait. No, don't give me that crap.
They do.
Whether they do or not, but the Indian man is not going to beg the. Who's this?
So there is a politician in India who has even advocated for reparations too.
Right, they do.
Okay, let's say on the other hand, at the same time, the Indians are actually building stuff. They just send something to.
Ghana is building too.
Nana is not building. Dina Zongo just confirmed that Nana said was going to build factory.
Okay, wait, Mike,
and he hasn't built a single factory.
Mike, hold on, Mike. How many blacks have you guys brought in 2019? Exactly. How many blacks have you guys helped repatriate back to Africa and get them comfortable in Africa?
We're not interested in that bullshit, man. Come on, man. We're trying to move forward. You're telling me about going backward. This thing you guys talk about is backward.
No, Mike.
Slavery, slavery, and all these past. Those things were embarrassment. I think those things were the lowest a black man has ever been in the history of the planet. Why do you guys emphasize on your lowest point?
No, but Mike,
that
do you know how many
billions? You guys, something you shouldn't even be talking about. Start thinking of ways to redeem your image, redeem yourself. What about becoming great?
Mike, what about bringing your people back, reuniting your people?
To unite to do what? That's why I agree with Natono. That's why I like Natono. That's the part I like. Natono is like, why would I want to come to the shitty continent? Now he's telling you here, he's Indian. He's even don't want to be. He's even the guy's so embarrassed of the continent.
That's why we're not counting him. And Mike, you do realize, Mike, you downplaying the slavery, but that's had a huge impact on your life, Africa, on Africa.
Oh, slavery is why you're all lazy over there chilling and don't come on, man, stop it.
Of course, because they took all the workers and left the lazy people.
No, that's a lie.
Okay. So we want Natono to come back and continue. So Natono is a worker, right? So Natono is one who will come to Ghana to teach how to work.
Well, that's actually true.
Natono doesn't work.
We're American. We're American.
Mike, I think
it's structural. That's what I meant to.
I think Afidamas made a very valid point, because the Australians, this ex-convicts from the UK were the ones who built Australia.
That's right.
I mean, see
the workers. Okay. So you see your argument. Australia, UK sent all their workers to Australia, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But the UK now say, didn't UK still build themselves up despite sending all their workers away?
Oh,
wait, Mike, what are you, an African hater now, Mike? Are you saying we don't need reparations?
No, I'm just telling you reality, Mike. It's a stupid idea to even think another man will give you something.
Mike,
for you to catch
it's
up
not
with him.
giving, Mike. They are returning what they stole. They stole money. They stole our stuff, Mike. I can't believe you. They stole it, Mike.
So wait. The whole world stole from each other. During those ages. Everybody's just out. It's the
no, not everybody, Mike. Show me where Africans stole from anyone. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Show me.
You were stealing from each other. Man. Just didn't get the opportunity. Listen.
Well, no. I said other people. Other people.
But how would you know though? Do you know the entire history of the planet?
So now you want Africa?
How do you know? How do you know there was no time in history Africa was?
What? You think they had TikTok back then?
No. I'm saying like the history you learn doesn't go. It doesn't go beyond maybe 500 years. At most 1,000 years. You don't know. Maybe 5,000 years ago, you probably were stealing from Europeans.
So now, so if we gotta go 5,000 years, that means Africa is owed reparation. That's deflection. Well, and I know, Mike, you came here. You doing this because you don't want us to do the investigation, and we find out your people were slave traders. We know that's what you're trying to do here.
Yeah, but the Afro-Damos, bottom line is this: both the slave trader, both the slave and the slave master, they're all dead. They're all dead. They're all in the grave. The rest of you guys didn't experience any of this shit. So move the fuck on and focus on solving the problem you have at hand right now. You got problem at hand right now. You're focusing on the problem. Okay, you want white man to apologize for the evil he did to you in the past. Why he's currently doing evil to you right now? You can't even. You're not talking about handing the evil that's going on against you right now. You're talking about apology from the one in the past. You just did an earlier show talking about the evil French is doing in Africa and everything. Now you did another show saying you want to apology for
so Mike, no, Mike, I'm not the one saying this because it's Nana Akufo, the president. So Mike, Mike, so why do you think he's not talking about what is happening in Niger, but he wants us to get reparation?
Nana Akufo wants to invade Niger, according to you guys, on behalf of France.
Yes.
Right? On behalf of France.
He's gonna go with Tinubu. That's right.
Well, at least Tinubu is not lying, saying he wants apology for white man.
This is true. That you gotta give to Tinubu. He does not care about no apology. This is true.
Exactly.
Yes, he doesn't want no apology.
On the same breath, he's saying the white man should apologize for what he did in the past. In the present, you helping the white man to actually continue to do this.
Look, in fact, it's not even him. It's the Ghanaian parliament, the sellout parliament that are trying to do this. He's not even for this invasion. No, it's the Ghanaian sellout parliament. It's not Nana Akufo himself. Nana Akufo wants reparation checks.
The black man globally, you all need to get your shit together, put yourself on your bootstrap, and start doing what you need to do, what others are doing.
I knew you were gonna say something like this because
it's true now. Because
once we turn couple of pages, we would find out you owe a reparation. This is what you're hiding. Yes, we know it. We know it. This is why you are discouraging.
If I owe you reparation, good luck getting it from me. If me, your fellow black man, is not willing to give you reparation, what makes you think a white man will give you reparation?
Because white man is sympathetic. White man got money. They are listening.
White man
is very sympathetic. White man is not barbaric like you Africans who don't like to pay people you owe. Go ahead, Zongo.
Well, Afrodamus, you heard what Mike was saying earlier today, right? I didn't dispute or say, "Oh, I'm from this thing," But then the little bit someone speak about Nigeria or the new president, Mike, all defensive, trying to defend his.
No. If you speak facts, if you speak facts, I won't sit there and be arguing and be. But you guys, if you say, okay, this will happen in Nigeria, and it's based on facts, I'll say, yeah, you're correct.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to stop. Well, what I came to do was that you guys are reading some bull crap. Like most of the people putting all these things on the internet from Nigeria, those Nigerians, they're the opposition. The Peter Obi supporters, they just put, and that's what they do, propaganda. There are those people that are doing Biafran propaganda all over the internet. So they're doing that, and then a lot of you guys are reading those news, and then you come here and say, "Oh, this is what's going. This is the truth." I'm like, nah, you can't do that.
So then, Mike, why is the like you saying the propaganda? Why is the propaganda more, common online than Tinubu's supporters?
No. They're hurt, dude. Those guys are really hurt. In fact, they're looking for ways to just burn down the country. First of all, those same group of people where they want agitating for Biafra, right?
Well,
now, let me Zongo, let me say this.
Hold on first, Mike. See, I mean, the politics in Nigeria is a joke, Afrodamus, if I can be honest with you. because the current political members in this current party came from the opposition party. It
What do you
doesn't
mean?
exist in. Most of them came from the PDP party.
The
Most
APC
of them.
guys? Like who?
Yeah. I mean, even Tinubu was from PDP.
No, it was not. See, and that's why I have a problem with you. You just
Isn't
say things
Tinubu
that don't make
APC?
sense. No,
No, no.
Tinubu was a founder of APC. He was never a PDP. He was he was the one the founder of APC. No, he's not. He was not. It was
but a
Peter
lot of them.
Obi. No, it was Peter Obi that was on
Hold
PDP
on. But a
and moved
lot
to
of
Labour
them.
Party.
Yeah, but a lot of them moved from PDP to.
Yeah, a lot of them transfer. They move from party to party. They do that.
Yeah,
So Zongo is right.
But
they don't
the
have
key ones,
ideology.
no.
They
But
don't
the
fight
key
for
founders
ideology.
of the party.
Tinubu has been in opposition since 1999. So
But hold on.
Exactly, it's been opposition to PDP since
Hold on.
1999. That's what I'm saying. The key founders of the party, the key members of the party, they don't switch.
Hold on. Didn't Tinubu got run out of the country by Abacha back in the days?
Yeah, most of them today, yeah, they really struggle against the military. Those people that are politicians, they always want to force the military out of
With
power.
Abiola and them guys.
Exactly. Abiola, all of them, yeah.
I
They
mean,
got run out.
so see, the point I'm trying to say.
So Tinubu was a fighter. How did he become a sellout now?
That's what I'm telling you guys. You don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. He's never a sellout. This is
Well, not me. I'm just saying what they are saying.
Well,
that's what I'm telling you. You guys are listening to the opposition, all these guys, these propagandists, man. They just put a bunch of stuff on.
What you should not understand about Nigerian politics, some of these guys that came from America, they are one of the most worst corrupt Nigerians in Nigerian politics. The corruption of Nigeria today is so high that you don't know who is who anymore. You understand me? So to fix Nigeria will take a lot of times. Not just some of them don't even care about their state. All they care about just to pick that money, build big mansions, go and buy houses in abroad. You understand? They don't
in
care
America.
Yes, they don't care about the hospitals in their state. They don't care about nothing. The funny thing is that what is going on in Nigeria, if you're in the fast food in Nigeria, something that never really existed in Nigeria before, you start seeing children around those fast food joints begging just for money to eat. Not just in the big cities, also in the villages. You understand me?
If it's in the village, that means it got worse.
Yeah,
it got worse. My brother, I have seen since I came from vacation. Look, I was in Holland. I was also in the United States. I went to the village street. I went to buy food. There was a lady kneeling there begging just for money to eat. I was ashamed. And this has never really happened in Nigeria before. Look, Nigerians are just smiling, dying. Come to the streets of Nigeria. Cars are almost empty. Lagos that have a lot of traffic now. Before now, everybody just hiding his cars. You know, we don't even know where we're going to. It all just propaganda on the air. No money. No money. Broke.
Hola. You see, since 1960 to date, Nigeria government have made Nigeria lazy. You know why I say that? Everything has been subsidized. Education.
They subsidize everything, exactly.
Petroleum, everything has been subsidized. Nigerians don't want to pay for anything in the international. See, you want to become a big boy, you should be ready to pay for these things. These things are not free. If you look at Ghana pay more higher in gas than Nigeria. Every other country they pay higher. It was agreed that fuel subsidy should be removed. Why all of a sudden everyone is crying, complaining that things are expensive?
USD. Let me ask this real quick. Do you know Nigerians, they removed the subsidy and the price went up, right? And Nigerians are crying as if they are the ones suffering the most in the continent. Do you know that the oil price is Nigerians still the cheapest compared to all the West African countries? The price of oil in Ivory Coast was 3 times higher than the one in Nigeria. It's like, and they would come here, they would be the one to come online and be telling these other Africans that we are the worst, we are suffering the worst and everything. And it's the cheapest in Nigeria than the rest of them.
Let me.
And in fact, the subsidy of the Nigerian oil, when they were subsidizing it, that subsidy oil was also being sold in all the neighboring countries. And the moment the government took the subsidy off, they were protesting in Cameroon and in all the neighboring countries because gas price also went up there. So Nigeria has been subsidizing not only Nigerian oil, but all the neighboring countries.
We understand that, but look, Mike.
See,
Hold
it's my turn.
Hold on, guys. Allow Kidola to finish.
If this subsidy you're talking about is being taking off out of the what is so-called what it is. Do you think even right from the 60s, let's say 70s, when Nigeria government were actually taking care of its own citizens, why do you have a government? Why is it America taking care of its own citizens? America work on welfare system. America can support those that are being, you know, yeah, can eat or something like that. But you see, some of this money passed back to the people also. When you remove some of this money, where is the money that can help the poor people that cannot eat? Where the money is going to? See, this money also go to few of these governors' hands, and these governors are look. Let's assume you were one time a governor, 8 years governor. Then you have a
So so
pension.
so
You know,
so
like,
so, so
Afridamos, let me answer this real quick.
Nigeria has been run like a welfare state. Like
Thank you,
like
Afridamos.
so
Let me
so,
tell
so
you
they
this.
put the people on welfare like the blacks are on welfare.
No. We don't. My welfare is
Whites on welfare too.
Nigeria be welfare to the super rich, to those
Exactly,
that are
and that's what they're doing right now. They're trying to stop it
look,
because
look.
Afridamos, this is what's going on, right? Okay, in Nigeria, things they're supposed to subsidize, like maybe in America, right? They subsidize maybe the agriculture, right? Things that actually create jobs for the people and things like that. But what they were subsidizing are things like petroleum, where the only people you are subsidizing are the people into the petroleum industry, business.
Yeah.
They're
So
going
they make it corrupt
so you have few people
instead of
becoming
giving to the
billionaires.
poor.
Now, Afridamos, do you know how much Nigeria is spending a year for on subsidy, oil subsidy? $10 billion every year.
Wow, that's a
So,
lot.
yes. So Tinubu is like, okay, I need this 10 billion to actually put into the poor, to help the poor, you know, so because the only people benefiting from this subsidy are the importers. Those guys are like the second. Do you know that the second richest Nigerian? Do you know that the second richest Nigerian after Dangote is the oil importer? He's into the importing the subsidy to the country. So he's like, no, government's not going to be paying for this. Only few people that are becoming rich of this crap. If you want to drive a car, if you can afford a freaking gas on a market price, they don't buy a car. It's like you subsidizing people that are.
But Mike, I see like Nigeria, like I see videos like you guys have a lot of gas guzzling cars on the streets.
Yes, that's what the money is going. Some few people are becoming billionaires, millionaires, buying expensive car, luxury cars, private jets, and we're like, dude, this $10 billion, that's where they're making all the money. So like, you know what? Hell no. Let's take this money and put it into things that actually help the poor, like maybe agriculture or healthcare and things like that. So that they want to hand that because you're giving welfare to the rich.
So Mike, so then I don't understand why you guys don't want to support Nana Akufo's fight for reparation. Then
this has nothing to do with this. Is
no, because money will come.
Extra money.
But I don't want handing out to a white man collecting. Come on, man, that's just stupid. We just end this hate and all this going to white men.
So wait, are you trying to say the blacks are looking for handout when they ask for reparation?
We're the only race of people begging another race to give you something. That's stupid, man. I mean, Chinese man is not going to the Asian people are not going running the white man. Give me something. If you want something from somebody, you put yourself in a position where the person will actually come to you to give you.
What if
like
they
the Jews, for example?
Mike, what if they stole from you, Mike? What if they stole? Are you saying the Africans sold people?
Afridamos, if you want white man to give you something or anybody to give you something, you build yourself to a position where that person needs you for something, and then you cannot ask him like, hey, this thing you need from me, I need you to pay me for this thing that you owe me. That's how you get something back from somebody. That's how the Jews do it. That's how the Japanese do it. They put themselves in a position where America really need them so bad. And then they now tell America, like, hey, if you need me, now I need you to pay me for this you did to me. That's how they do. That's how you do stuff, man. Africa need to find a way to put themselves in a position where the white man will need you so bad that you will tell him that, okay, I need you to pay me reparation. That's not like you don't have nothing to offer. Who negotiate from a weak position? Only who does that?
Mike, they got our people, the blacks.
Listen. They got you. Yeah, they
got our people. They got our people. The blacks. The blacks.
But you're in a weak position.
Hold on, Natona. Africa needs to be paid for the blacks making money here in America.
I know I showed me.
Look. Africa needs money for this. Okay.
They give me money no matter what.
This was a stress on African economy.
Well, whatever deal y'all made with them white people, with them selling mirrors and plates and liquor that y'all made y'all money.
But not Donna, you're black. You're black native. You're black native. You shouldn't. But you shouldn't worry about it because
After that was I'm
I
getting
ain't
the
worried about what I'm
checks.
saying. Y'all trying to get our reparations,
After
and
that
y'all
was
don't deserve nothing.
Mike,
You ain't
after
gonna
that
get
was
nothing from America so far as reparations.
after that
After
was
You can't
Mike,
tax
then
American
we
citizens.
give
You
UFC,
ain't
they
gonna
are
get
all
nothing.
online fighting over something they will never get.
But y'all made your money with y'all umbrellas. Y'all still got them umbrellas? Sell those. Y'all still got the mirrors?
The
Sell those.
FBA, man, those guys are ridiculous, man. They
Y'all
on the
still got
internet
that
fighting the Africans like
drinking
Caribbean over
the white
reparation
man
they would
gave
never
y'all?
get.
Sell that stuff. Sell them
yeah,
old
well after that
muskets
was
they
for me.
gave
I'm
you.
getting the checks too because I got my
Y'all made a
FBA
bad
lady
deal.
too.
That's all
So
y'all.
wait a minute. Zongo, what did you say?
I'm getting my checks too because I got me an FBA lady. I mean, if not Turner doesn't want it, that's a good check for me.
No, Natana
Well,
is black
she ain't gonna
native.
get
He's
nothing.
not getting any.
She ain't gonna get
Hey,
nothing from
so
you.
hey,
And anyway,
I'm happy. I
rape
mean,
is against the
whatever
law in
comes my
America.
way, hey, I'm good, man. I love
If
it
she
that way.
messes with you, she a loser. She
Um,
lost.
after that was
Listen,
Well, not
against
Turner.
nobody.
Well, not Turner. Stop it,
wait.
man. Stop
Nana
it,
A
man.
Akufo
dusty
Let,
focus.
clear.
Nana Akufo should focus more on Ghana,
Her
not
family
on.
should
wait.
disown her.
So, Kidola, do you think Nana Akufo? He said he should focus on Ghana.
Yes, Nana Akufo should focus on Ghana. This tricky judge role you want to play is not going to work. The people that took long time ago, the real Africans that took long time ago is long gone. The one we see now is heavily missed. These are heavily missed people that they are very, very confused. You cannot bring people that are heavily missed and say, "Oh, these are my people." That's what I said. The white man know that. Look, the white man have a problem with Black Americans. We know that. So now they want to throw the problem to us. And from behind the scene,
They don't give y'all shit. Get the
they
hell
ask
out of here.
from behind the
Hold on,
scene,
Natana.
they ask the Black Africans leaders, and they find an ally from Nana Akufo.
Wait, Kidola. Do you think the white man is tired and they just want shift the black people, the black
Yeah,
Americans' attention so
to
Africa can deal with it?
Yeah, and they found an ally because Nigeria is not ready to listen to that nonsense. And they found an ally, Nana, who is ready to sing the music and is asking black people to come home. If you rock the boat
That ain't
or
my home is America. I don't
come
know what
back
you're
home.
talking about.
They're
Hey,
making a lot
how
of
long
money
have you
from
been in
that.
That's
America?
because
How long?
you fleed over here and talk about we from over
How
there.
Yeah,
long
but
have
now
you
Turner,
That's
been?
nobody's
crazy
speaking
talk.
about you now. You a
How
black
long have you
Indian.
been? How
You
long
talk
have you
about
been in
Africa, my
America?
home. That ain't my goddamn home.
How long have you
No,
been in America?
My
you
birth
talking about
certificate says United States.
1964. 1964, you really become an American. 1964. Before then, you
You
were not.
American, man. What are y'all just y'all crazy? Y'all don't
Afrodamus,
go
you
to
know the
school. You
irony
say
of
that.
this.
Y'all don't go to South America.
The
Say that.
moment Africa begins to
Y'all don't go to
shine, people
Canada.
like
Say that.
Nathan and he'll be the first to run over there. Start claiming
That
Africa.
Let's
that
allow be
black man died
positive.
to us to
Hold
get
on,
a bag.
Natana, hold on. Let's allow another speaker. Be positive. Welcome to the Afridamus report.
Hey, Epidamus, man. How are you?
I'm well. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. Thanks. So it's
Hey,
a
do
very
you think?
interesting topic today, man.
Yeah, do you think not Europe
Yeah.
owes Africa an apology and reparation for slavery?
Fuck no.
Why?
I don't think that, man. And plus, it's also not realistic, man.
Are you black?
Of course, I'm black.
Where are you from?
I'm from Somalia.
I knew it. Are you mad because you're not gonna be getting no check? I knew it. I just knew it. This is why. Okay, fine. You're from.
No, bro, man. Like me, I just don't like this victim mentality, bro. Okay, let's
Wait,
just
Exactly, my
okay.
wait.
friend.
One minute. Let me just make my case. Please don't
Be positive.
interrupt
No,
me.
I know. Be positive. But AU picked the Ghanaian president. But you know what? Look,
Yeah, I know that.
despite I know you come in here, you hating on our check, but I still gotta let you say it. Fine, go ahead, hit on
No,
our
man. Like
checks.
it's really like I'm not
It's
trying to hate,
okay.
but
No, you know what? I'm not. We would still continue being friends. It's all right. Go ahead. Go
no,
ahead.
like the point like I'm trying to make is like, let's just assume that all right, like there's a real possibility of this going forward. Okay, so like how do you decide like the amount, the suffering and the pain? Like how do you put a price to that? Let's say you even do that, then like it comes. So
The
the people that
price.
were involved. Let me just finish. So like then once you decide the price, then like how will you redistribute it? Like the people that were involved in the slave trading, are they going to get some amount of it?
The
Then
slave. What do you mean the slave traders?
Talk about your family.
Like the
Well, you know,
Africans,
like for
the
example,
Africans.
you mean like Mike's people? Mike's people are not asking for check.
No, I'm just saying, like just to be realistic, and then like also like this would open the Pandora box, Then like all these people in Asia, they will also start saying like, all right, like us too, we have been colonized, we also like went through this
You
genocide
see,
and stuff.
look at this. You know,
Yeah.
K-Mensa has a Ghanaian name. K-Mensa, why do you hate Nana Akufo so much? Look at what he's writing. What about the damn ancestors who sold people for alcoholic drinks and guns?
Yeah,
Sir,
but he's right
those
though.
people,
He's
those
right though.
wait. Okay, fine. What about them?
So it's like, so if you're saying that since like our forefathers have been oppressed and like we have been colonized and all that, then what about the descendants of the African people that sold Africans to other people, to these other powers? What about them?
Well, those
So
people are not.
do they
Those
also
people,
get like the compensation for that? You know what
yes,
I mean?
because the white people stole
Well,
from
be
them
positive. You
too.
gotta wait a second, right? Hello.
After
Can I
that,
say
are we going
something?
to refund the white people for their money because they pay for the slaves, right?
No,
Will the slave
they
people pay them their money back?
they get to keep the blacks.
But you want them to pay for?
Keep
Come
the
on, man.
black.
But they have to.
I ain't know I was going.
Because the blacks ain't leaving, so at least we need to get paid for them.
Look,
Leaving to go with it.
let
The
me
shit over.
just add to that. Afrodamus, look, all right. So even like I'm sure, like even if they say, if there's one thing the white man hates, above anything else, is the admission of guilt. So
Yeah.
like this will never ever happen. Like them, like saying, all right, we'll compensate you guys. That in itself is an admission of guilt. And as you all know, like that's like it's never going to happen.
But you know
Because
what's funny? How come
if
we don't ask the Arabs to pay?
yes, exactly. That's my point.
Because they don't
Say,
want to cut
oh,
their head off,
What's with
man.
all
You
this
know,
with the West, man?
But After those problems are East African problem. They have to spearhead that cause.
no, but they did have people from West Africa that went
but
to the Arab world too.
after that,
Hold on, let
Not
me read
them.
this. So
Really.
strong. Thank you for the super chat. So strong. He said Nigeria hitting because
Hating,
it's
hating.
Ghana. It's Ghana.
oh man,
It's hating because
Yeah, you
it's
wanted to write hating.
Ghana.
after that
It's
one.
Ghana is leading. Thank you. Thank
After
you
that
for
was,
the
I will
thank
tell
you
you
for the
something. After speaking to white people, like really, I'm talking about real white people, top people, and really get into their mind to know how they really think about this whole history. Do you know that these people don't believe their ancestors did anything wrong? I'm telling you, that's their truth. They think that if their ancestors hadn't done things that they did, they won't they won't be where they are. They believe their ancestors did the right thing. And that's why I keep laughing at you guys. That these
Truth,
people
bro.
you're trying to guilt,
Truth.
they don't
100%.
even see that you see
It
yourself as
depends on
victims, but they
which.
don't see themselves as people that did anything
Africans 100%.
wrong.
got dirty
There
hands.
was a
Come on
white person that
now.
even told me that if
Africans
they
got dirty hands.
Well,
wait, the white
hold on.
person told me that if they hadn't done it to Africans, the African eventually would have done it to them.
They got
Someone would
dirty
have used
hands.
someone to build. That's what they
well,
believe. They say
well,
somebody would
that's
have used somebody to build. Say
well.
someone would have used someone to shoot up themselves up. Say, but they were lucky that their ancestors were the first to quickly
Africans was
get
part
the
of the
upper hand
slave
and shoot
trade. Come
themselves up
on
with
now.
Man,
another person. So,
man, I
what
can
makes you think they will now want to see themselves as guilty and giving you something?
Y'all ain't
To your
innocent.
nah.
face, they will act like they're guilty, but just to get along with you. When in their real hearts, they don't see themselves as people that did anything wrong. They're happy. Man, you guys are
Africans
wasting your
sold
time.
millions of slaves.
Yo,
Nah.
They got slaves
Afridamus.
there now.
Guys,
Selling
allow
them to the
positive
government.
guy. Allow be positive. He didn't even finish his point. Go ahead, be positive.
Afridamus, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Instead of like, having this victim mentality and like saying like, okay, we need to be compensated for something.
We are not victims. We are only
No, like,
asking for what is owed to us. That's all.
all right, let me just ask. Let me just ask my question
And
though.
Mike's people gotta chip in and help the white people pay.
All right, let
Good
me
luck.
just ask my question. Like, I have a question for you, Afridamus.
Yes.
Instead of like trying to really trying to achieve like this objective that's really not achievable. Why not? There was this UN report like they made on Africa. Like every year, Africa receives around 150 to 160 billion dollars in aid, but then at the same time, more than $300 billion are like illegally taken out of Africa, like the resources and all that. So
Right.
how come like the people and all these people dying in the Mediterranean and all that? So my point is like, instead of like trying to like, get this money that will never ever be paid, why not come together and like actually solve the exploitation that we can do something about that? We shouldn't focus our energies on this, man.
Hold on. Let him finish.
We will, not y'all.
No,
They
you
go for
see,
y'all anyway.
hold on. You see, Nana Akufo, Nat Turner's cousin.
Hey, my cousin.
Oh, hold on.
Y'all look alike though.
So he is the one proposing this, and for me, I'm like, okay, the blacks got me used to this reparation thing. You see, so I'm like, okay, now since the blacks they got a fake leader, we got a real leader, Nana Akufo. He's asking for reparation. So instead of criticizing him, let's just go along with him.
Yeah.
What could go wrong? The worst thing that could happen is they send us our checks. That's all.
Who gonna send it?
It's not being not Turner. Don't worry, the black Indians would chip in.
America ain't giving y'all no checks.
Wait, look, the black
They give y'all
Indians.
welfare, that's it.
We, hold on, let me tell you what
Take
money.
your nigga.
Let me finish. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me pay. Guys, hold on. Let me say this. The black natives are gonna chip in. The Mexicans the Mexicans that cross the border, the Guatemalans, we want all that money too.
Okay,
the Hungarians that also came here and benefited.
You gonna tax all these countries? Okay.
The recent Ukrainians and the Afghans who are receiving their welfare, they are receiving welfare check. We want to give them 2 more years, get them in the working system, collect some taxes from them. We would be happy to get checks from them. So for us, there's no limit. No amount is small.
Yeah.
We're willing to accept
Hitler, right?
We're willing to accept the check from anyone. What?
You gonna try to be Hitler? You know what happened to Hitler, right? Trying to run the world. That stuff you talking.
Look, not Turner. I'm just curious. Why are you upset that the Africans who have been, the victims of this, and they're trying to mend this to make us whole? Why do you have so much problem against Africans getting their checks? An apology.
If you could con them, if you could con Europe into giving y'all a check, a good hustle. But y'all ain't that good of a con.
Look, we've already started. Not Turner, we've already we've already started. We already got some of their women, some of the old ladies, old Europeans have been coming in. Look, we've already got some of their women. That's a good start. Okay, that's a good start, and we're gonna walk.
Too old for anything. Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, and we will, and if
is that a prize?
And Nana Akufo
is.
Look, we would take more European women for payment. That's okay. We would accept.
I'm sorry to break to you that you are getting the unwanted trash on your homeland.
Yeah, he's proud of that.
Zongo, what do you think about that, man?
Zongo, why are you such a hater, man? Let's bring in St. James. St. James, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, man. Thanks for
St. James, your audio is crickly.
God damn, my audio again, man.
The Indians haven't paid him too.
Hey, St. James, are you in Burkina Faso or what, bro?
Man, you know that we messing up with our internet.
Your audio,
St. James,
your audio sounds like one of them.
St. James, leave and come back. You sound like when Mad Dog is hiding in his Irish basement.
Shut your mouth.
Hey, Mad Dog, welcome to the Afrodamus Report.
Can you hear me clearly yet?
Oh man, today you sound you sound perfect.
Yeah.
Mad Dog, do you think from Nana Akufo, right? He said Europe, owes Africa apology and reparation for slavery. Do you think Europe and America owes Africa an apology?
I do not believe that.
America.
And also,
I do not believe that.
wait. You know, Mad Dog. Also, to bring back the artifacts that were stolen. Do you think Europe owes Africa an apology or checks?
No apology whatsoever.
But how come?
This is the reason.
Okay, go
This
ahead.
is the reason. Now, the reason I say that is this, right?
Right.
When it comes to the transatlantic slave trade, we were 100% complicit in selling
Bro,
our
fix
own
your
people.
audio, man. It's like it's very bad, man.
No, he sounds good to me.
What I said is, when it comes to the transatlantic slave trade, we were 100% complicit to selling our own people.
Ghana did not sell people. Ghana did not sell people.
No. Some tribes in Ghana did sell their own
Ghana did not sell people. Ghana sold people, man.
The Ewa tribe, what I'm saying is the Ashantis and the Ga tribe, they did sell their own people.
You mean the Fantis? The Fantis?
Yeah, Ashantis and Fantis are pretty much the same people. And the Gas as well, they did sell their own people.
No. Hold on.
Zongo, don't cut me off, my brother. Don't cut me off. I beg you, brother, please don't
you're
cut me
making
off.
an error over there when it comes to the trading.
I'm gonna be done.
Hold on. Zongo, you have the chance to correct him. Just remember the point.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead, Mad Dog.
We did sell our own people. Most parts of the continent at that point in time.
So Mad Dog.
What I'm saying is this.
Mad Dog, you guys, some of your people, they're sold people. So now we would make sure those of you that are from people that sold people, you guys are not gonna get checks. Someone like me, who our people, they've never dabbled in this business. We do not.
You full of shit, man.
Mike. Mike, wait a minute. Mike, why are you trying to bring me part of these slave trading people?
Use your own mouth to say it here. The Solinke was selling slaves. And Solinke and slave people.
Look,
come on now.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, you know what?
You
know what? I'm not gonna say anything since Mike want to act like this. Let's just allow Mad Dog to continue. Mike, fine.
Let me say this.
Since Mike wants to be negative,
whether it be Soninke, whether it be Yoruba, whether it be Igbo, most of our people in the continent did trade our own people from the continent towards the transatlantic slave trade. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So there is that's not an argument to be made. The problem I have with this, when Nana Akufo Addo comes out in this modern day and age to say that the Europeans owe us an apology and reparations for the slave trade, he has to understand that when one finger points to someone, three fingers are pointing to their own selves. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So, like, we on our own, we owe a delegation and an obligation as well to like diasporans ourselves. So let's not be quick to come out and say,
you mean the blacks?
You know what?
The blacks?
What I'm saying is this: let's not be quick to come out and point our fingers to other groups of people when we know that we owe those people ourselves, and it can cost us a lot on the continent. But in times of
Mad Dog, it was the chiefs and their family. Okay?
No, it doesn't matter. Afrodemus does not matter. We are speaking from modern day perspective. The chiefs and their family do not exist.
So, okay, Mad Dog, let me ask.
Not in power anymore.
Wait. Okay, Mad Dog, let me ask you.
All of us are going to have to pay for
it. Are you Mad Dog? Fine. If Nana Akufo can achieve this, he's calling for the diaspora to join in and unite. If he can receive the check, are you going to be opposed to it?
So, are we going to get a check? Are we ordinary Africans going to get a check as well?
Well, we would have to work on
all these checks you're collecting right now. What are you doing with it? The aids they're giving you, what are you doing with it? They're going right back to the white man. You
Well,
use all the money to buy everything the white man makes.
Look, let me want to clear.
The only
You
reason
know
the
what?
white people
You
don't
know what?
listen,
You know what? Mad Dog.
let me say this.
Mad Dog. It's
If I can
okay,
get a
Mike.
personal
Mad
check,
Dog. Mad Dog. Mad Dog. Wait, Mad Dog. Allow the white man spokesman, since Mike is the white man.
Let me tell you. Let me be the
Go
white man
ahead,
spokesman
Mike.
for a second.
Go ahead.
Honestly, the white man will willing.
Mike,
Honestly,
what's owed should be paid, man. Like there's nothing else about it, man.
But
What's
you're not
owed
going to
should be
get paid.
paid.
That's the fact. Stop wasting your time. But now let me tell you this: the white man, in fact, wouldn't mind giving you this money. In fact, because he knows that just within a short time, the money will come right back to him. Because everything you consume, he makes. You're going to use that money to buy his Mercedes, his goods, and everything. And you're going to be broke within seconds. Fool and his money, we always part ways. We are blacks are fools.
Mike, I'm
Now, let me tell
planning
you the
on
only
Mike.
reason. Wait. The only
I'm
reason.
planning on spending my money on Arabian horses. You know, they brought those horses and exchanged it for slaves. I'm planning on spending
What happened to
my money.
the horses and the trinket they give in the past? It's all you.
No,
It's gone, right? Okay.
I'm planning on spending my money on horses and donkeys. So
I don't
remove
believe
the
it.
white.
That's what they all say.
After Mike, listen to this.
The only
Listen to this,
reason,
bro. Listen to this.
wait,
Listen to this.
let me say this.
I
The
brought
only
straight
reason,
him up. Listen to this.
wait, the only reason the
I
white
was
man is not giving you the
if
money
I
is
was,
because
if I was to spend, is planning to spend his money on Arabian horses. I'm planning to spend my money on Arabian horse, bro. Do you know
you
what I
guys
mean?
are
It's
not
going
buying
to
any
be
Arabian
released. My
horse.
money
You're
going
not
to be
buying
released,
Arabian
bro. I
horse
don't
right now.
care, bro.
You most of the things you have, most of the things Africans have right now, they are made by white man. The only reason white man
Mike,
don't want
how
to
do
give you
you
money,
know? How do you know, Mike?
Africans, the only reason the white man is not trying to give blacks money is because once they give you that money, it's going to create inflation in his economy. That's it. Because you start spending it and it's going to cause inflation. If not, he will give you that money because he knows that money will come right back to him. What you need right now is not money. What the black man needs is brain, not money. Because a fool without brain, he doesn't need money because he give him money, that money will part ways. A fool and his money will always part ways. So what Africa? That's why this lady Dambisa Moyo, I like her so much. You need to read her books. You understand why blacks don't need money or checks, all those shit. It makes you
Wait,
useless.
blacks don't need money.
You don't need cash. You don't need handouts. You don't need it. It makes you useless. What you need is brain. You understand? What I'm advocating for Africans to start focusing on is how can we acquire brain and how can we elevate our IQ?
Mike, I wanna
This money
disagree.
shit you guys are chasing will only make us worse.
Mike, I wanna disagree with you, but I have a hard time disagreeing with you. I'm not gonna. You got a point. I mean, sure, fine, that's okay. I agree with you.
If you give every African checks or every black's checks, we'll just create inflation in another man's economy. That's it.
No,
we'll create inflation all over the world because
but the blacks need their Cadillacs. The blacks need their Cadillacs and Jordans.
Exactly, the price of Cadillac will go up because the Cadillac man know you're coming right away. The moment they're writing that check, he's going to increase the price of his Cadillac.
Oh, the white man should have thought about that before he came and worked the blacks.
The only reason Cadillac is cheap right now is because blacks don't have enough money.
Mike, what
about
Mike?
The only reason
Mike,
Chinese goods is cheap in Africa is because the Chinese know you don't have money. But the moment the white man start giving you a check, guess what? The Chinese man will start increasing the price of all his goods because they know that money is coming right straight to him.
Mike, I have a question for you, man. So, like, what if we take the check to another country and like start investing over there instead in Africa? Then, like, we can avoid the inflation, right?
You see, cause inflation, you're not gonna invest, man. You see, you just go there and go and buy things. That's what you're gonna do.
Come on,
that's what the one you have right now. You go there to go and buy their things and ship it to your country. That's all we do. We consume. That's what we do with money. A rich black man today, a rich African businessman, he's just buying and importing to his country. That's what he does. He's not using that money to invest in some brains in his country to figure out how to make those things. You understand?
All right. Like one of the other things they said is is that once we receive the money, like every African who was an advocate for the white man will not get paid. So keep that in mind, man.
Thank you. Be positive. Let's bring in St. James. St. James, I hope your mic is fixed now.
Yeah, man.
Oh, perfect. You sound so good. St. James, welcome to the Afridamos reports. Well, St. James, you can see Nana Akufo saying Europe owes Africa apology and reparation for slavery and stolen artifacts. St. James, what do you want to say to this? Because Nana Akufo is leading West Africa.
Look at what Nigeria. What is Nigeria doing for Africa up there? Nigeria can't even speak for they are rejected from the BRICS. They cannot speak for reparation. In fact, they are criticizing reparation. All this is because they hate Ghana so much and they want to ruin our checks because they hate Ghana. What is your take on this?
Well, Afadamus, man, you already did something about Nigeria today, man. Let's put Nigeria on the side, man.
Yes, okay,
Let's do Ghana, man. Let's do Ghana.
Well, Nana Akufo is leading.
Zongo is right here?
Yes, Zongo is here.
Man, I want you to listen to me, man. We share border with Ghana, man. We don't even know Nana was elected to speak on our behalf, man. So that's the problem right there, man. You know, if
the AU did it.
Huh?
He said the AU.
The AU.
No. We gotta have to question that, man. Listen, this shouldn't be discussed at the AU level first. This has to be discussed like from country to country. You know, the chief has to talk. The chief from Burkina, Ghana, Nigeria. This has to be talked on that level. The AU level, this is politics right there. You know, so for us Africans, man, anybody that's listening, you guys should know this is not the way it's supposed to go. So that we're about to get played. So the Zadi already called Ghana and told Ghana, man, you gotta set this up for us, man, so we can fuck these niggas. That's what's gonna happen. I'm sorry to cuss on your channel. This is what's gonna happen. You know,
the open society.
Let me say this to you, Abs. People, listen to this. I think Nana Akufo Addo's motivation so far has been grounded on political trends, which means that he's looked at the situation and he's thought to himself that because the pyramid on reparations have been placed on Western countries, such as the European nations and North American nations, he believes that it was smart enough for him to come out and speak on his boldness and his assertiveness of reparations being paid back to African diasporans.
Yes.
For the capturing of their ancestors and for the socio-economic and political
wait. I want you to correct this because DiCaprio talking about leave us black out of this. DiCaprio, let me correct you.
What I'm saying is this.
I want to correct him because DiCaprio doesn't realize if you want that check, DiCaprio, you better start aligning with Nana Akufo. All that black talk,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You ain't getting no check.
What I'm saying is this.
But go ahead.
Africa.
No, I just wanted to help. Wanted to help one of the so-called blacks.
I get you, bro. I get you. African nations, they're gonna have to pay these reparations as well. That's the baseline of it.
No, Africa. Wait. What are you talking about, Mad Dog? Mad Dog, why do you want to?
What I'm saying is this.
Mad Dog, don't play with this idea. Africa does not owe. Do not even say this, because you know the blacks are going to hear. Wait, Mad Dog, the blacks are going to hear this. They are going to hear this, and they're gonna run. Now they're gonna run with it and start saying, when we should be working together and get the blacks to help us get our checks while we help them get their checks too.
Okay. First thing first. First thing is this. Don't cut me off, bro. Don't cut me off.
But Mad Dog, it's St. James's time, you know, right? Mad Dog. That's it's St. James's time. You're
bro. Listen. Mad Dog, I'll let you speak.
We still have to pay.
Mad Dog, anyway. It's your turn, man. Come on, stop it. Just be civilized a little bit.
It's all keep quiet, man. Keep quiet.
Adamus, you understand my point, right?
Right.
We have a lot of countries in West Africa that don't speak English. So when Nana Akufo is doing this kind of play, right, it's going to take about a month or two for those countries to even understand that Akufo was talking on their behalf.
Right.
I'm being honest with you. Around that time that this guy was talking about that, I called a lot of people from my country and they said, nah, man, we have no knowledge of this at the African Union level, man. We never discussed this.
You know, so I know something is up with that guy, man.
So,
So
St. James, what do you think, St. James? What do you think is going on? Because St. James, are you shocked that like you are neighbors with them, right? And you guys are going through situations, but Nana Akufo, I mean, things are hot right now, right?
Right.
But are you shocked that this speech is very recent? It was just 2 days ago, and he's speaking on reparation instead of, what's happening.
Alpha Damas, we are family, but we don't see eye to eye, man. You know, Ghana chose to go into a different direction. I don't know why. If we have done anything to them, they have been behaving a certain way regarding Burkina, which I don't know why. So, but we just gonna leave it at that. It's up to them to answer that question. But you know, it's kind of
So
fishy,
St.
like,
James, St. James, do you think this is for Africa or Nana Akufo is doing this for the Caribbeans and the blacks?
Ghana is trying to position itself in order to get something, you know, like, I don't know, because if they place themselves between the Black American and the Caribbeans, maybe they will receive something.
But
you know,
should Nana be talking to?
Never get the checks.
But shouldn't he be talking tough and telling France that France owes Burkina and Niger and Mali?
Wait, Afidemos.
Hold on,
one second.
Hold on, my dog.
Why people are
Bro,
getting around?
Hold on, guys. I had a question for St. James. He's answering. Mad Dog, you can.
What's going on?
No, I was saying. So, for instance, there's situation going, and we all see, it's coming out how France exploiting all, Niger, all these countries. So, if there's like quote unquote returning stuff that is more tangible, right? So why isn't Nana talking about it? Is this even for Africans, or this is just for the blacks, for popularity? Is he a diasporan president, a black diasporan president? Because even Ghanaians, honestly, I went online, I see like people want to take shot at Zongo, but I don't think Zongo is a fan of Nana. Like most Ghanaians I've seen, because most Ghanaians,
Nana Akufo is just a talkative. That's why, just talks.
Alpha, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Do you remember? You remember we spoke about motivational speakers, right?
Yes.
Some of our president, they just play into those roles.
Wait, are you saying he's a motivational?
Speak English. Big up Sanchez. Big up Sanchez for saying that. Yeah. Some of our presidents here, they are YouTube professionals, bro.
Well, wait, come on, guys. This is reparation, guys. We need our checks. Be nice. Go ahead.
We're not getting any checks. But we're not getting any checks, bro.
But after that much, let me respond.
What I'm saying is this. Let me say this.
Hold on.
No. Hold on. What I'm saying is this, right? We are not getting any checks.
Okay.
Zongo, keep your mouth quiet for the next 30 seconds. We're not getting any checks as African people. The reason Nana Akufo Addo said that.
Wait, we're not getting any checks. Why?
We are not. The reason Nana Akufo.
But why should the blacks get? Why should the blacks get checks and we can get?
They will not get checks either. Afidemos, they will not get checks either. The reason Nana Akufo Addo make that statement is because he understands that backs up his agenda to bring the diaspora to Ghana for tourism exploitations. Do you get what I'm saying to you? He done that for the tourism exploitations that he have done.
Exactly.
In regards to the what they call it, the come back home, whatever nonsense they be doing in Ghana, they've done the return to Africa number 1 and return to Africa number 2.
But what is wrong in doing that?
This is the same team that the brother has been on. The brother has been on the same team. But what I'm saying is that's the first point. That's the first point I'm according to make. Nana Akufo has done that as a part of his returning back to Africa, and which is Ghana in air quotes. Returning back to Africa and Ghana in air quotes, which part 1 and part 2. The only reason they make this statement is because those tourism exploitations have been successful so far. So therefore, he believes that if he takes it a step further,
do you guys know that return to
Wait.
Zongo, shut
Mad
your
Dog,
mouth. You better shut your mouth.
Mad Dog. Do you think?
He,
Wait, this is
he
from Mad
believes,
Dog.
no, let me
Mad
finish
Dog.
this,
Oh
man.
no, Mad Dog. I just
God.
want to ask you a quick question. So,
Yeah,
Mad Dog,
go on.
are you trying to say that, because you repeated it several times. You said return to Africa, air quotes, Ghana. So are you saying this is only benefiting Ghana and the year of return? You think it was a scam? Is that why you're saying this?
Of course. I wouldn't say a
African
scam
that year
That's
return
not what
because
it
created
I
is.
wouldn't say
inflation.
scam. Mike, oh my God,
No, I just want to
Mike,
last statement in.
bro,
That year of
Mike,
return
bro.
created
Let me
a
say
lot
this,
of
bro.
inflation.
Let
It
me
created
say this,
inflation in
bro.
Ghana that they are still recovering from.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What I'm saying is this, right? What I'm saying to you, man, is this. Nana Akufo Addo understands that regardless of inflation or deflation of the economic aspect in Ghana, the return home, or whatever it's called again, the return to Ghana or the return of African diasporans has been beneficiary to the tourism aspect of Ghana's economy. With that said, he has to keep pushing. This is another step for Nana Akufo-Addo and his government to keep pushing to increase tourism's to increase the tourism benefit to his
Okay.
term. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
Well, after that was
with
well,
that
after
said,
that.
the
Hold
number
on,
two,
hold on, hold on.
the number two problem is this: these reparations that Nana Akufo-Addo has called for is going to hurt other African nations as well. That's the responsibility that is not conceding to
How
and
is
is
it
not
gonna
taking
hurt
on.
them?
Because we are not Ghana is not the only group of people, it's not the only nation that has group of tribes that sold out slaves. Nigeria has them, Togo has them, Benin has them, Mali has them, and many other countries has them as well. Gambia has them as well. Do you get what I'm saying? So we all now are going to have to pay reparations to them because
Well,
no,
you
hold on,
slave you slave
10 more
traders
seconds, 10 more
you
seconds.
slave traders better pay up. I'm gonna do investigation. You slave traders better pay up.
Sonike pay,
But look,
you might better pay up
go
as
ahead,
well.
Mad
No,
Dog.
Sonike tribes did trade slaves as well. So you might better pay up as well. Do you get what I'm saying? This is going to affect every single one of us and every single one of our
Hold on.
countries.
Why
Do
is
you get what I'm
Nana
saying to you?
Akufo? Why is Nana
What I'm
doing
saying
this?
is
Why
this:
is he doing this to us?
because he's an idiot. He's an idiot. We've
Well,
all
after that
established
was.
he's an
Can I
idiot. Everybody
respond to
know this
that?
thing.
Can I respond to that?
Go ahead.
Go on,
Well,
Zongo.
I mean, I think what Mad Dog is saying is completely preposterous. I mean, why would you think the year of return was a bad,
A bad deal.
campaign or
Exactly.
something
The
like that?
blacks were happy.
I mean, people were happy. People came back.
Happy war.
It kind of
Happy war.
stimulated. It kind of stimulated the
Look,
economy.
they got away from racism. They were amongst
Okay,
bunch of.
Hold on, hold on, hold on. Come
Zongo.
on, Mad Dog.
Zongo, are you ready to pay reparations, bro? Are you
Hold
ready
on.
to pay
Well,
reparations or not?
well,
Are
a lot
you
of the
ready or not to pay
artists
reparations?
benefited from that too. Burna Boy
Jared,
was
you West
invited. He made a lot of
African
money from
Nobody
that.
give a
motherfucker, never
fuck
get
about Burna Boy, bro. Are you ready
Guys,
to
be
pay
nice.
reparations or not?
Nigerians are just haters, man.
Come on,
Hold on. Let's allow.
Are you
Let's
ready
allow
to pay
Zongo.
reparations or
Guys.
not?
Mad Dog. Hold on. Allow Zongo to finish this point, and then we'll allow STO to speak. He's been here. He hasn't spoken yet. So allow Zongo to finish, so we can have, and we have
You West African
South
bastards
Africa.
will never get reparations. You West
What?
Africans will never get reparations from us Somalis ever, and you know it.
Okay,
You fucking
wait,
deadass.
hold on, hold on.
Hold on, Mr. Gerrer. Hold on, Mr. Gerrer. Hang tight, Mr. Gerrer. Let's go to STO. STO,
Yeah, but
welcome
I'm
to
not
the.
done. I thought I was.
Oh yeah. STO, hold on. Zongo, finish up. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, so I was saying about what Mado was saying was just completely preposterous. I mean, if what is wrong if blacks in diaspora came to Ghana just to to celebrate
They
uh,
love Ghana. I've seen them twerking
culture
on the slave castle too. They love it over there. They
cultural
found them,
exchange.
Kwamis. Some of them are becoming baby mamas over there. They love it. But go
in,
ahead.
in that return, you stimulate the economy. What is wrong with that? America is doing that. The UK, Brazil are doing that. I mean, What about us Afridamas, man? We the West African nations. We can't benefit from that too. Come on, man. Stop hating, man.
No,
And the thing
Zongo,
is,
Zongo,
hold on.
Zongo,
Let me
Zongo,
finish. Let me
Zongo,
let
my
me finish.
brother,
Yeah, but
my
I don't.
brother,
I'm
listen
not
to
done.
me in it.
I was just responding to the first point. Let me respond to the second one. Right? You saying the
Okay, God.
he it's just a conversation starter, right? He's not saying they're gonna spearhead the conversation. They're gonna start maybe the forum is gonna begin maybe in Ghana, and they're gonna invite a lot of nations from different continents. I mean, there's nothing wrong about doing
Zongo,
that.
let me ask you this. Zongo, do you
Zongo,
think wait, hold on. Zongo, do you think like truly like Nana Akufo, do you think he's just giving fancy speeches or he truly cares about the diaspora?
Well, I guess he's speaking to the diasporans, though. I don't think he's speaking to the Ghanaians that way,
Because
though.
I know that I've seen the Ghanaians their responses
academics,
online.
let me
The
tell you,
Ghanaians have been Mad Dog. The Ghanaians have been totally negative.
They're like, "Where's the one district, one factory?"
Yes, yes. The
Where's the
Ghanaians have
let me
been.
tell
There are
you
no
why. Let
jobs.
me
There
tell
are
you
no
why.
jobs,
Let me
man.
tell you why.
Freaking man, I
Akufo
came from
Addo
Ghana,
is
man.
speaking.
Why did I leave Ghana though? Why did I leave Ghana, man? It was under
Bruv,
Akufo
bruv,
Addo's
bruv,
regime.
bruv. Calm yourself in it. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why Akufo Addo is speaking to Ghana people. He's speaking to the interests of the Ghanaian tourism sector because in the in the first phase of the year, what they call it again? Sorry, I didn't want to visit Zongo. What did they call it? The diaspora is coming home. What is
The
that
year
called?
of return.
Year of return.
The year of return. In the year of return, the year of return number one. The first year of return, they made a lot of money off it. The second year of return, as well, the tourism sector of the
Wait,
Ghanaian
how many year
economy
of returns do
made a
they
lot of
need?
money off it.
How many year of returns do they
Year
need?
of no,
They
it
don't
was
need
year of
anymore.
return.
They don't need anymore. What I'm saying is
It's called
this.
Hold on,
after
hold
the year
on.
of return.
Nana Akufo Addo has come and poked us in our asses, bro. He's
It
come and put
started.
a finger up our asses. What I'm saying is this. He doesn't have to keep going because look, if it comes to reparations, the FBAs and ADOSs, they already exist. And they already have their governmental their coalition of their governmental departments working against African nations to pay to contribute to reparations towards themselves. Look, we do not
Wait,
win this argument.
Mad Dog.
What I'm saying is this, right? We have reparations to pay as well to them. It's not just the European nations, it's not just the
Wait,
Western
who
nations.
has to
We're
pay?
gonna have to pay.
Who is gonna pay Mad Dog? Who?
The government has to pay.
Mad Dog.
Nana
We did not.
Akufo is
Mad
not
Dog.
making
Mad Dog.
the best decision.
Mad Dog. We are the victims here, sir. You know I don't use the
No,
victim word. We are the Mad Dog. We are the victims. Okay.
Afridemos, unfortunately, in
Look,
the modern
we are
day
the
world,
victims.
in the modern day world, it does not practically work like that. We got to be the victims
Okay.
whilst we are our nations are living in freedom.
You know what? That's fine. That's fine. You want to say that, but let's
But
allow STO also to chime in. Zongo,
Afinamas,
finish a few quick seconds. Let's allow STO to speak too. Go ahead.
Afinamas, we can't. I mean, I'm not a supporter of Akufo Addo, but the year of return is probably one of his biggest legacy. You know,
This is true.
it garnered him a
I mean,
lot of
for the diaspora, I
yeah,
know the Ghanaians. The Ghanaians don't wouldn't say that.
no, but the business, a lot of the
Yeah, they
businesses
will.
also, a lot of the businesses also benefited from that because when the
Okay.
people came in, the hotels made money. You know, and the
Right.
people's in the country, some of their palms were increased. I know some people did make money, but the entirety
Right.
of the country is not necessarily true, right? So you can't just fault him for that.
But
You know,
some people
people
made money.
benefited from that. Yeah, people benefited from
Zongo,
that. Some
all that
business,
money you man
business.
made, be prepared to pay it
Alpha
back to reparations, bro.
Alpha did
Because
you get to
Nana
ask
Yeah,
has
but
set
Zongo
us
if
up.
his family
I've got
made
a
money?
question.
Set us up.
Hold on. Hold on.
But let me finish before I move on to
Zongo,
like I'll let the next question that I have for St. James is that well Ghana okay Burkina Faso is our neighbor. We don't have issues with Burkina Faso. We never cut their electricity like Nigerians did the Nigerians.
no,
I mean I don't
you don't supply us electricity, bro.
no we
Yes,
do
we
we
do.
do we
Yes, we
do
do.
Nah.
yes we do yes we
Yes, we
do
do.
It's a joint venture. Nah. We got our own
yeah yeah,
electricity here, bro.
yeah but it's coming
Nah.
from Ghana though come on
Nah,
come on
we
man
got some of that's coming
Is
from
it
us too.
from
Not
the
all of
Lake
it.
Volta?
It's not
Yep.
all of it though.
Lake Volta.
It's
But
not all
there's
of it, Zongo. Get it right.
yeah, but electricity. There are different ways of getting energy,
You
right?
can cut
So
it too, man. Just want to cut it, man. You know, like, listen, don't flex here, man. Burkina don't need Ghana, bro. Let's be honest.
yeah, but the
We
point
don't
I'm
need
trying
it.
to say,
Beside the poor, we don't even do commerce
Wait,
together.
wait. Is Zongo? So Zongo is talking like Zadi, talking. We gonna be like
No, he's trying
Nigeria
to
and
flex
cut you off.
tonight. Let's get it right.
See, Nigeria showed
Zongo
itself
beside
as
the poor.
Nigeria is the
Beside the
Zadi of
poor.
Niger, cutting them off. So,
Right.
Zongo, why Zongo is like, hey, we're gonna shut off your lights. What's that all
Nah,
about?
beside the
well,
poor, we don't
Afridavas,
do
we
anything.
rely on
Ghanaians are coming over here getting their vegetables. I can name a lot of things that Ghanaians are getting in Burkina, man. So he
yeah,
can go.
but
He
I'm
can
not
go. No,
disputing
but
that
Zongo, he can
though.
go both ways.
Yeah, but I'm not
You understand?
disputing that though. I'm not disputing that.
Okay. So
We also import agricultural produce from Burkina Faso.
okay.
So what is wrong? What is wrong if we supply electricity? I mean, there's nothing wrong in that
No,
too. I
it's
mean,
not
come on.
under. No, I just try to say it's not 100%.
Yeah, but I don't mean the whole of the entirety. Just a section of the grid, like about 200 megawatts
I
of
don't even
electricity.
think you trying to cut the electricity will even impact us
Oh
on a
no,
bigger scale.
come on,
Like, nah,
200
I'm
megawatts.
not sure.
Hold on,
Nah, I'm not
200
sure, bro.
megawatts is gonna hold on. 200 megawatts is gonna impact a lot.
A
Trust
lot.
me,
Bro,
I
when did
know a
that
lot
even
about.
start, though? When
I
did
know
that even
energy.
start?
I know a little bit
Go
about
do your
energy.
Yeah,
research.
but Zongo, when did that even start, though? When did that start?
What? I'm sorry.
When
Say it
did
again.
that start?
When did what start?
The electricity that is supplying electricity.
Well,
When
I
did
mean
that start?
Burkina Faso.
10 years ago?
Yeah, hey, I'm not gonna speak about Burkina Faso's business over here. I mean, I respect you, St. James, but Ghana do also supply electricity to Burkina Faso. There's nothing wrong in that.
We
There's
even
nothing
get it
wrong
from
in that.
Ivory Coast. That's what I was trying to tell you. It's not only Ghana. So that's what I was trying to tell you.
Yeah, but okay. Yeah, but the point I'm trying to say is that Ghana did not have the same attitude towards Burkina like Nigeria did to Nigeria. That's what I'm saying. In other words, they respected Burkina as mutual partners, unlike Nigeria and
Absolutely.
Niger. That's the point I'm trying to
Absolutely.
say.
You guys always surprise us, though. It's not like we misbehave towards
Yeah,
Ghanaians.
but it's Akufo. It's
Ghanaians always,
Akufo.
you guys
Yeah,
always
but
act
Akufo.
funny towards Burkina Faso. That's what I was trying to
Yeah,
tell you.
but Akufo Addo's government has always been pro-West. You know them for a fact.
No.
But if it was Mahama's government, they wouldn't do that to you guys. I don't think so. Even the opposition party would do that to you guys.
You know he came to Burkina, right? You know Akufo came to Burkina, right?
But Mahama is from the north. The previous president, he was from the north.
I know that.
He wouldn't do that to you guys.
So
I mean,
even when he was flexing, he came to Burkina in one night and came back to Ghana. Nobody saw him. We saw him over here.
Oh really? Oh okay.
Yeah, he came.
So
Okay,
I mean, so after that, I think the point is about like because Akufo Addo, he come from the middle belt in Ghana. So I don't know. I mean, he knows, obviously he knows the people in the northern region, but the previous president, he knows the people in Burkina more than Akufo Addo's government.
You know, Akufo was stationed in Gambia as the Ghanaian High Commissioner for many years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's his playground.
Well,
He loves it there.
But Zongo, my question to you, right? When Akufo, like, let me give you an example. When Akufo standing before Ghanaian and talk about the African Union has elected him to speak on behalf of Africans. Why don't you guys check him? Why don't you guys try to see if the guy is lying or not? It's like,
Yeah,
I mean, I'm from here. I know that's a lie.
No, it's not a lie. It was even this.
It's a lie, bro.
But hold on, St. James. Even what he said is even on the one of the Ghanaian television station. I mean, if it was a lie, they would have checked him on that. The journalists would have checked him on that.
Zongo, when slavery was happening, right?
Uh-huh.
There was no president, right?
Of course, yes, there wasn't president.
Okay.
Yeah.
So don't you see this is kind of fishy for a president of the country to just like, I mean, no, it's funny.
Yeah, but I mean, St. James, you know
if
how
I talk to my
democracy
chief
works.
here, I talk to my chief, and my chief is like, nah, I don't know. Nobody ever talked to me about this. That's why I told you. That's why I told you in front of everybody, in front of all the Africans. You know, if a king, a powerful king of my country doesn't even know we are talking about slavery this year, that means nothing ain't happening.
No, but I think from what we heard from the from the video, they say they're going to start a conversation. So a lot of people are going to be invited. It's not like he's going to make
So
the final decision.
They're
It's
gonna meet
what does he
in
want?
Ghana and talk
yeah,
about it.
to start a
So half
conversation.
of dollars, half the people in Ghana know this guy's a sellout, right? Why do you guys let him lead it? That's what I'm asking you.
I
If you
think I
guys,
think I think I think St. James Ghana have adopted like a free democracy. I think they look at Akufo like, hey, he can come up with his agenda as long as it's not gonna be implemented affecting them, and his
Exactly.
term is going to end. I think that's how they look at it.
See, if
I got you.
Akufo-Addo was from,
Afadamas,
if he was wrong,
you remember when our president he went to Russia, right?
mhm.
Right.
A lot of people here are getting on his behind because of that, right? Because even if you want my opinion, right? I don't want my president to talk about another African. Honestly, other Africans have to come to him. If you're about to get down, you gotta come to him because we don't want this guy to get killed for problems that we don't care about. Most Africans, man, they don't like to side with other people. If you have a powerful leader in your country, help them fix your country. That's what we want. I don't want my president to speak about anybody else. I'm trying to be jealous, honestly.
Yeah, but you know, like he did mention of CARICOM and other
Yeah.
interest groups. So I'm thinking
He
that
didn't mention FBA. FBA is not real.
yeah. So I know
Afdamas,
Afinamas. Hold on, St. James.
Akufo is talking about it right now. Akufo
Yeah,
already
but
did the
what I'm trying to
emotional
say
power
is,
with Black
Do
Americans.
you
He
think
did the
Akufo
emotional power with Black Americans.
do you think he's pimping them?
Hell
Absolutely,
yeah.
he already did the emotional part in 2019. He got him. He bit him and got him. So 2019, he misled them to come to Ghana. Everybody was happy. Everybody
But
got
the
sent.
blacks are having a good time.
That's
Is
what I'm
he
saying.
misleading them?
No, misleading. Sometimes you can achieve your objective by trying to miss. He was trying. I'm not saying he was like, okay, let's. Nah.
but
He knew.
Hold on.
Afinamas.
Let me read this. Let me read this here. I am Triple Jados said, hey, Triple Jados, thank you for the super chat. He said, reparations should be like free tax, free college for black people for the next 400 years, since slavery lasted for 400 years. Thank you for the super chat, Triple Jados. And I would love to hear what some of the panelists think about that. Um, okay. Let us bring in Stowe Strong. He's been waiting for a while. Let's hear his perspective, and then I see you be brave and Gwe, and then I'll get back to St. James and Zongo. Go ahead, Stowe Strong.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Where are you calling from, Stowe Strong? And thank you
Yeah,
for the super chat, by the way.
yeah, no problem. Thank you for letting me in, man. But yeah, I'm Ghanaian, first of all.
Ganya. Yeah, what do
Yeah.
you think about what Nana Akufo is asking for? He's fighting for reparation. Do you think it's a cover? This has nothing to do with Africa. This is about the black diaspora dollars. Do you think that's what this is about?
Hell yeah. But look, Akufo Addo, if you pay attention, when he first became a president, he was trying to lead for Africa, right? Everything that
Right,
he said was about Africa, 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 Africa. Okay. And he was the leader of what? ECOWAS
right,
for like 4 years.
right,
Okay. 4 years went by. Orders, Mali, Burkina Faso. He did not go trying to start a war with them. None of that shit, right? Sorry
right,
for my cursing. Then uh Tinubu became what? The lead now. Tinubu came. Now he want to fight Niger, right? So for Akufo-Addo to face to have a good face to Africa, he have to come up with something else, which
Well,
is
the Open Society is supporting him, which is George Soros's organization. I just want to throw that down. But
Exactly.
yeah, the Open Society, George Soros, who, by the way, George Soros is the one supporting the radical black DAs and mayors here in America. It's weird that he is supporting people in Africa also, and they are all using the same talking points, reparation. But go ahead.
But to what I'm saying, what he's doing, how is that wrong? There's nothing wrong with what he's doing because this is what he's been since he became a president. He always spoke for Africa, French Africa, all that. So how will you know that the war that's going on in Mali, he didn't support it? He probably did. That's why he probably didn't intervene. Like, just do your thing over there. You understand? So, like St. James coming out like Ghana is trying to do this and Ghana. No. Akufo Addo probably really do
Padamus,
support
let me
you.
talk to my Ghanaian friends, man.
He probably
Bro,
really do support what you guys are doing.
okay, what did he
But
support? Tell me what did he do? Tell me what he did. What did he do? Name
But
me,
St.
name me
James,
about
St. James,
what? No,
St.
no, no,
James still might have a point. Maybe Nana
no,
Akufo
no,
is a real Pan
I got you. But
Africanist.
let's know what did Ghana do for Mali. Please tell
St.
me,
James,
what
St.
did you
James,
do?
St. James. St. James, when Burkina Faso started the coup, did the coup, the
No,
Ghana
Mali. I'm
saying we
talking
about to
about
go
Mali.
fight. Now I'm talking about Burkina Faso. You guys up north from us. The Ghana say they was gonna go fight
I'm sorry,
Burkina.
oh, man. I'm breaking up, man.
They're gonna go fight Burkina. No. So how will you know that he don't support this whole thing? Because he was always against the French. Always been against the French. So for him to save face, he got to come up with something else, which is reparation. Because this is what he's been since he became a
Is that my
president.
fault?
What
Yeah,
do you
but
mean is
St.
that my
James,
force?
St. James,
This is what the
let me
president is.
respond. Let me also respond to again. You know,
Hmm?
Akufo Addo, he's been fighting military rule even before he became president. So for him, he has never been he has been as he he hasn't been a staunch supporter of military rule. Even in Ghana, he never liked
You know,
violence.
Zongo, you're right. Because
Yeah.
even when he was High Commissioner in Gambia,
Mhm.
you know, yeah, Jammeh, he was a military guy.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think Nana Akufo was too fond of
He's
him.
not about
Yeah.
war. Ghana don't like war. And
Yeah.
like Ghana like to... Go ahead, go
So
ahead.
if it was the military rule, he wouldn't have been a president. So I mean, let's say maybe there's a little bit of selfish interest. He wants
But
to
do you think he's pimping the diaspora, though?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, of
Of
course. I
course.
mean, of course. But hold on a second, Afredamus. When Akufado's party back in Ghana, when they speak diaspora, they're just not speaking about African American. They're even speaking about Ghanaians in
They
diaspora.
speak
That's
more,
what they
but
knows
honestly,
about.
to me, Nana Akufo actually put more emphasis on the Caribbeans, maybe because he mostly
Exactly
grew
right.
up in the UK.
Yeah.
But he's really integrated the blacks in, because in 2019 the blacks brought a lot of money to Ghana,
Yes.
so their presence was felt. So
It was felt.
uh,
Actually, absolutely right. But a
yeah,
lot
their
of them,
presence was felt. So therefore, now they are being invited in all these, quote unquote, Pan African reparation talks.
yeah. But
Don't you have to
also you
be
have to.
citizen? Don't you
Don't
have
you
to be
what?
don't you have to be citizen in Ghana before you can own properties over there?
That's what I thought. But the
Yeah.
blacks can own
No.
properties there, I think.
No, they can, because there was
Not
some of
really.
them
They could
online
rent
that
it.
was complaining that the properties
No,
that
you
they
don't
paid
have to be
for were
citizen to
taken.
own land. You don't have to
I
be.
think you can
No.
only own it for certain number of
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Afadamas, I'm sorry
Yeah,
to
but
cut you. I couldn't hear what my man said, man. He was saying good things, but I didn't hear it.
Oh, yeah, just a sec. Gwe was
Oh.
talking for a
no,
second.
I was saying that I think you have to be citizen of Ghana to actually own the property for yourself, because there were Black Americans that came there, bought lands, and they were online complaining that the property, there was dispute between them and Ghanaians, and the property was given to the Ghanaian person.
Yeah, I
So
think they have to lease it.
Yeah. So a lot of them they come from America. Their understanding of owning land is more like freehold, right? Affidamos, right?
Right.
But in most developing countries, it's leasehold because
Not
the
all. Like in Gambia, they can own land over there.
yeah. But
yeah,
Affidamos, Affidamos. The psychology behind that is if they make it freehold, this rich country is going to end up owning all the lands in
No,
Africa.
but if you buy from somebody that has a freehold land, the same freehold should transfer.
Yeah, I'm saying this the concept of why they made it leasehold. If you have good intentions,
But Zongo, to be honest, I've heard from the blacks and other people, the land owning in Ghana is very strict.
no,
yes.
It
I'm saying
changed. It changed. It
I'm
didn't
saying
used
the
to, but
reason behind the leasehold is to prevent external forces from exploiting the land. See, let me tell you a typical example. Do you know, like, what is his name? This the owner of Facebook, he owned a whole island in America. Do you know that? Because he has the money, right? The
Right.
reason is to prevent rich people from owning entire this thing, especially the ones who have like probably bad intentions. And I've had this conversation with my coworker from Malaysia too. He says in Malaysia they have the same concept too. Leasehold.
But don't you think
So
he should tell them that instead of just inviting them to Ghana? Me, I know he want money and
yeah,
tourism.
but the thing is, before you buy the land, you have contracts. They explain that too. They know it. That's why. I mean, come on, man. He's not the only one. They are not the only ones who bought land. Charlemagne the God even has home in Ghana. Michael Blackson has home in Ghana. Come on, all of
But
us
Michael
bought land.
Blackson is
Brother
Ghanaian.
Blackson is from
Yeah, but
Ghana. Yeah,
African
he's Ghanaian.
even we bought land. Our land that we bought is even 90 years. But I mean, come on, it's the same thing.
You
Come on,
mean 99?
99 years. Come on,
Yeah.
so come on.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like it's the
Let
same.
me read this.
Everybody's
Let
like
me
that.
read this super chat real quick. Elethon, thank you for the super. Elethon the Martian, thank you for the super chat. He said reparations will do nothing. You have black athletes who have 195 million contracts and endanger that money by hanging around the wrong people. 70% of lottery winners are broke in 4 years. FBA is no different. Thank you for the super chat. And let's see, Rene Larocque said, is the president referring to the people who were the most affected, kidnapped in northern Ghana near the Salaga, Sakpoli, Pikwuri slave markets? Well, those people probably, and also, you know, I mean, if they're gonna get reparation, I'm African too. Why don't I get one too? I
So
need that check.
who do he want? Who does he want to pay reparation to? The
The
African diaspora?
Europeans.
The
No, he
European.
said the Europeans owe Africa the apology and reparation for slavery. What do you think about that, Gwe, knowing the history of how
Okay,
everything went down?
right. So where is he? Is African taking responsibility for any of this too,
No,
or this just
Africans are the victims. Africans are the ones that are owed the apology
We
and
are the
reparation
victim.
checks.
We are the
And
victim.
isn't it?
Gwe, don't you dare badmouth our checks because you see, Gwe, I have been the other day I drove by, I saw a Cadillac that I've been
Like you
eyeballing.
like
I was like,
okay,
that I
okay.
like, I can use my check for that.
Okay, I'm gonna be support. Okay, yeah, we need our reparation. We need our
That's right.
money back. They need to pay us.
So, do
So
you think Ghana's president is scamming? This talk is for the blacks in the diaspora. He's telling them what they want to hear so they can come and spend their money, or this is for Africans truly getting reparation checks. Which one is it?
I, I think he's trying for the diaspora. To be honest, I don't think he's doing it for Africans themselves to get paid. I think this is just another talking point. He's sponsored by George Soros, so all this
Right.
thing is like,
The
you
open
know,
society.
yeah, like so once they're paid, then they start doing the same talking point that the leaders gave them to like start spreading against around the continent and stuff like that. I don't think he's representing.
He sounds like literally
Is
some of
he
his talking points. He sounds like the blacks because he made a comparison that the Jews got reparation. Where did we hear that talking point? That's here
America?
in
Yeah,
America,
yeah, which
You're
is
We
right.
not
did
true.
so
Which is
and
Actually,
seeing
right.
seeing that he's affiliated with the open society, that
exactly.
also, we gotta follow the money.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I think, and because there's a lot of people in Africa that probably don't know that, so they're thinking that he's representing Africa as a whole, and he's not. Is he supporting Niger?
No, Ghana is gonna send troops if they're gonna invade. In fact, to invade Niger, the plan was cooked up in Ghana, where the reparation would be cooked up at.
Also, are they
Right.
sending troops to help Niger, or are they sending troops to attack Niger?
Well, they are with ECOWAS/France.
Okay, exactly. So, obviously these people don't care about, the unity in Africa is all about, the master's talking point that they get
So,
from the
so,
West.
so he's talking for Massa.
Yes, it's like a talking point for the West. Like these people are not supportive of what's going on in Africa. They're just talking heads for the West that they've been bought and paid for.
But I
Because
want my check though.
I mean, you can get your check after Damas.
Thank
There's
you.
no problem with that. You can get your check. But what I'm saying is, and besides, he's make a lot of money from tourism for people coming to Ghana. And let's be honest, a lot of these people haven't really owned properties in Ghana like that. The people that guy is Nimi Zongo, they're like celebrities. It's so different because if they don't own the land, they're gonna go on social media, make a big splash, and it's gonna be a big problem, and they're gonna be talked about, and then it's gonna
There's
be
a
all.
lot of people that own land and they're not celebrities. What are you talking
Hey,
about?
great.
Yeah, but are they citizens of Ghana? Are they
They
Ghanaian
give them.
citizens?
Hold on,
You
great.
don't
They even
have to
give
be a
them a free.
citizen to own a land.
Yeah, they even gave them a free land in
Yes.
Asebu.
Yeah, but there was a situation with that land. Remember that they did
Yeah,
a press conference on that. I'll do a show on that.
Afidamos, it's just a registration process. Even the king did a show.
No,
Just
look, trust me. I've seen the people, Ghanaians in Asebu did a meeting. I got the video.
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
Afrodamus.
I got the video.
Afrodamus.
So Gwe
They
is
need
right.
Oh,
they
yeah,
need
come on.
free.
We all from Africa. We know what the deal is. You know, you
Right?
can put a war on our eye. You know, we know
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Yeah,
We
but I
know
mean,
that. I mean, you can get
yeah, but
yours, you know, but just be honest about it. That's the
yeah, but
thing.
Asebu is not Accra. Accra. I don't even trust people in Accra. But Asebu is like in the
Yeah,
western
but
region.
what if the people that are giving the land in Asebu are from Accra?
No, it's the king.
No.
It's the chief that
Yeah,
gave the land.
but who made the connection? The people that made the connection are from Accra.
Afidamos, the chief himself even did an interview about this whole project.
Yeah, but
Afrodamus.
look at the people that did the press conference.
I saw two black Americans who made chief in Ghana though.
Who what?
They made chief. They're chief in Ghana.
Are they real chief
Yeah.
or fake chief?
Well, you know how it goes in Ghana. You know, I mean,
Infrastructure chiefs or something like that. There's nothing wrong in being a chief. I mean, come on.
Zongo, you guys need to start giving free electricity and free waters to our
But St.
brothers and
James,
sisters
if they're
coming
gonna
from the
give
west.
free electricity, St. James, wouldn't that mean they will have to, shut out the
Cut.
electricity to Burkina Faso? Aren't
Yeah,
you
I won't,
worried?
man. I'm not worried about that, man. They can shut us off, man. Give the electricity to the
To the
blacks,
blacks?
and yeah, I'm for that.
Okay. Let me read this. American First Rifleman said, Afridamus, don't let the blacks lie. Well, Natona came here and lied about being Indian. But let us bring in Be Brave. Be Brave, are you there?
How's my mic working there, Afridamus? Good.
Do you have another Windows open?
No, I do not. I think what happens if somebody talks while I'm on, I'll create an echo.
Okay.
I think
Can you mute?
You gotta close the other window, the YouTube window that you joined. Close
All right.
that.
If you have any,
No, I don't have any other windows open. I've got a bad connection, so I won't stay on long. If somebody interrupts, if somebody talks
just
while I'm
mute.
talking, huh?
Mute.
Well, okay, hold on. I'll mute.
Okay, Be Brave. I'm gonna ask you. So like when I'm speaking, I echo, but just mute while I talk. So, question from Ghana's president: do Europeans, white people, owe Africa an apology and reparation for slavery? Let's see. Go ahead.
Afrodamus, I said here the first time I was on your show, I said white Europeans, and I'm not saying this as a joke, oh, the damn world reparations. We do. We took control. We went into every other country. We went into all the countries. We didn't play nice. People say, well, it's the business of conquering. Okay, fine. But the point is we didn't leave behind very nice circumstances. So the point is actually this is it's not comical, but it's very interesting that we're here because in reality, if you think about, like Way says, the West, the people are the puppets of the West, yet she's in love with the West. And I don't blame her. See what I'm saying? It's also comical. These white Europeans have the world tied in knots. You can't expect European nations to pay out lump sums of money here and there. What reparations would amount to, if anything, is inclusion, period. And I don't think that's good enough for a lot of people. I think they want to penalize. And I'm going, okay, so you pay out this chunk to this country, this chunk to that country, this chunk, American blacks, Indonesia, South America, Colombia, goodness sakes, Iran for Mogadishu. Okay, I mean, this is what we're doing is we're talking like silly children. That's a new world order. It's been for 100 years. They've done things that are not admirable. And again, I always get a kick out of, again, people that are in the West, living luxuriously in the West, like yourself, Afrodamus. Not that you say anything that Gway said, but when you're talking about people that are loyal to the West as a bad thing, and you're enjoying the West, there's so many disconnects that we're all a bunch of damn babbling idiots on the planet. So here's how this goes. Folks, I'm the president of the world. Here's what I'm going to tell all the third world countries. We kicked your asses. We left behind a damn big mess. What we're going to do now is we're going to equally distribute the natural resources of the planet. That's all we can do right now. There's nothing to do other than that, because everything else we're doing create a bunch of inflation here where you didn't need inflation there. So we're going to distribute the natural resources of the planet to the third world somewhat equally, and that's going to be it, and that's going to be all there is to it. And for anybody to talk about this country gets that money, when in reality, how many times have people on your own panel, Astradamus, said that the Africans themselves were involved in their misery? So the whole thing is a big jumbled mess of humanity, and the reason it's falling on the white Europeans is because we're at the very top of benefiting from everything. So we're the guy that everybody's going to go to, but yet we are playing games further by starting wars everywhere. Rather than talk about distributing the natural resources reasonably, we're talking about starting wars now. That's a trick. So hold on. The third world is still being tricked by white Europeans because they don't understand that the white Europeans start wars so they don't have to talk about any real inclusion. Go ahead.
Okay. So, sorry, be brave. So, what do you make of the fact of finding out this president, Nana Akufo, that's talking? The support comes from the Open Society, which is George Soros. Are you surprised to see his support is not only to support radical blacks, LGBT here, it's all the way to Africa, and the talking point for reparation is very similar. Are you shocked by this?
Not even in the least. If it didn't happen, I would have been surprised because I've been looking at the pattern. Here's the funny part about this. My God almighty. It's the same game over and over. That's what's sad about it. And we're still falling for the same old okie doke. And now it's on a higher level because they're bringing Africa into the repayment of everything. Look, the people that run the planet are not going to lose anything. They're not going to lose power. The people that are the peasants have to understand this isn't country to country against the ruling elite of the planet. It's the peasants of the planet against the ruling elite of the planet. We don't get that because they got us so divided, which is, I don't blame them. But here's the thing. In reality, it's merely the peasants of the planet against the elite. And we keep falling for these stupid games for them to send us into each other's worlds to kill each other. So all it boils down to is like us standing back and going, okay, we give. But we can't do that because of our egos. And it's not allowed. Me, I would say if I, as a peasant talking to the throne, I'm going, okay, I'm representing the world. Elite, throne, please. We get it. You're in control. Please just distribute the natural resources in a humane way from here on out. And us peasants, we don't want to go to war for your games in order to keep us confused and keep our hands off natural resources. We'll put up with what we can get our hands on. We'll make do with what we get. And please stop making us kill each other. We now understand that you rule the planet and we are your subjects.
Be brave.
Can I ask my man a question?
You mean give Africa back the natural resources, right? Not like give them what they can. You mean give us back all our natural resources and then negotiate with each country?
Wait, you can't do that because they have destroyed the social structure of all of the countries within Africa. Your natural resources, they've got the mechanisms to do the mining, the harvesting, and the extraction. Way. So they have this advantage where they're not going to give that back to any peasants. So as the peasants as a whole have to understand that no, you're not getting your natural resources back in your control. What you need to do is say these resources are on our continent. For God's sakes, let us have drinking water, sewage, and electricity. That would be the approach if I was a revolutionary. This nonsense about thinking you're taking power from this group is insane. Don't talk like that. It's crazy. You're not getting your resources back. They're going to keep them.
Be brave. Be brave. I got a question for you. Are you familiar with the situation that's happening in Nigeria right now? Okay. As we speak, right? The government of Nigeria asked the French ambassador to leave the country within the next 48 hours. And I'm just reading the news right now, and the French said the ambassador is not going to leave. I believe a week ago, they asked the French military to leave the country as well, and they refused. So as an American, from an outside looking in, what do you think these Africans should do? That's their country, and they ask respectfully for the French to leave the country, and they are refusing to leave. So
the key point is the wonderful thing is you said they ask respectfully. That's the thing that you hang on to. You're not beating France, the white military machine. You're not beating them. You have to ask respectfully and say, how dare you? We are humans. How dare you take our natural resources and not let us in on any of them? That is what they should do. I don't know about if the France says they're not leaving, they're not leaving. If they are leaving, they'll create a headwind. So I'm saying to think that if I was a citizen of Niger and somebody tried to talk to me into going to war against the French, I would say you're out of your damn mind. All we can do is be dignified and approach with very well-reasoned global requests that the globe sees we're doing and hope for the best. And that would save lives. But no, people are going to fall for, hey, give me a gun and let's do this because that's what they do. No, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Listen to me. I'm not saying this because it's a joke. The white people run the damn planet. Quit playing with them like this. You have to go into a submissive role to get dignity.
Hold on. Be brave. Let me say this. Hold on. So be brave. Okay, they asked nicely. They're not going to leave. How about they make them? The French, they didn't want to leave. They didn't want to leave Vietnam. They made them leave. They don't have a choice. They are just asking nicely. Like what you're saying, I totally disagree. If the French don't want to leave, I fully believe that they can make them leave, just like they did them in Algeria, in Vietnam, in Haiti, all these places. I believe Niger, they're gonna make them leave. If they don't want to leave peacefully, they will make them leave.
Afradamus, can I say
they are not as powerful. Hold on, guys. Let me finish. I don't believe they are as powerful as people think they are. They've already kicked the French's ass in many places. Niger wouldn't be any different. But go ahead.
Okay, listen, hold on. Let me say this in response. Afradamus, you talk about Vietnam, threw them out. You talk about this country, threw them out. You talk about that country, threw them out. Afradamus, who do you think is still in control of the natural resources within those countries that supposedly threw them out? White Europeans, Afradamus. They're still calling the shots in those countries. So I mean, it's a joke. It's a show. They leave when they want to leave. They make a show when they want to show. I'm telling you, nobody's going to throw out the people that have the process and the means of production under
Be
their
brave.
grasp.
Be
No,
brave.
wait a minute. Let me finish. You're not going to throw them out. Wherever they look like they're thrown out, they still are in control. Go ahead, sir.
So if they're
St. James.
calling the shot from afar, why they're there?
St. James, can I say something? St. James.
No. I'm just asking. If they're calling the shot, like you said, if they are controlling the resources, like far away from those countries, why they want to be there?
They're there because they entrenched. They get it set up. They make sure it stays very good, and they keep the image of colonialism, which keeps the image, the psychological creation of the African continent into submission. It all adds up into a psychological warfare. Now hold on. But when they pull out, they're not going to lose control of those resources.
Hold on. Let me say this. Sanjay, be brave. Hold on. Be brave. For example, let's take a classic case. We can all look this up. Let's say Liberia, right? They have Firestone rubber, the rubber company in Liberia. When the Civil War came, like Charles Taylor, right? They had the workers, they had the Firestone workers that they live in large. These are Americans. Charles Taylor and his rebel group was able to come and exert his power over them and making them pay him $11 million. He was making them give him $11 million, every other month. This is just a rebel group. He was able, even with American army backing them, he was still able to make them pay him this. So what you are saying this African countries cannot control this, I totally disagree. Because even in Sierra Leone, the rebels were making, government-backed groups, European groups, still pay these rebels money. That's all I'm saying.
Afrodamus, do you think $11 million a month is anything to this global group of animals? Please.
Can I say something?
Wait a minute. Hold on. This $11 million a month is nothing. They do this stuff and they'll set it up. When they lose this footing, they create a new footing. And when they lose that footing, they'll just create a new footing. They're quite aware that footings wear out eventually. So they make a new footing. My God, for you to think that Liberia took over and got freedom from this group of global economic, military, corporate might is ridiculous. And I'm telling you, there's no way that any of these countries, I don't care what you speak of, I don't care who says who overthrew what, I'm telling you, in the end, that country will rely on that European to come in and extract, mine, or harvest things, or China, or one of the other white.
Hold on, be brave.
Afrodamus,
Let me say this record. Be brave. Be brave. Do you honestly believe that the Firestone wanted to pay $11 million to Charles Taylor and his group every month? They didn't want to. Just like let's say on the coast of Somalia, the pirates. You think they want to pay them money? They do not, but they don't have a choice. And I'm saying Charles Taylor, at the time, he wasn't even fully in charge of Liberia, but he has control over the source of what they want. And that's how it works.
You said, Afrodamus, yourself, that this group that took it were rebels. Listen, the French Firestone says, we'll pay these rebels this money because it's nothing to Firestone. We'll pay them this money because what'll happen is they'll still be in control and not allowing civility to grab hold as a culture. You got to be kidding me that you don't see that that's a setup when they pay these thugs. They keep the thugs in power that way. But it makes it look like the thugs had no other choice than to throw the corporate meanies out, when in reality the corporate meanies set it up, and the corporate meanies are paying the thugs to keep this country down. You're not advancing when thugs are in control of a country. These white Europeans know that. Get a clue, folks.
Well, Afrodamus, I wanted to say something first. See, the reason why the French chose not to leave is, first,
They probably have the support of ECOWAS, and secondly, they think the current military coup junta is not the legitimate government of the country. They probably have insiders within Niger that probably do not support the juntas, but probably are on the side of maybe their own wishful thinkings. What happened in Niger, Burkina Faso, most Africans, even in Ghana, even in Gambia, have the same sentiment too. They don't like what most of us don't like what the current government is doing, but it doesn't mean that you want to
Which
introduce the
government?
military.
Which
But
government?
even Akufo Addo's government,
What did Gwai say?
Akufo Addo's government, even
Okay,
Ghanaians
I
don't like
got
his
you.
government.
I
A lot
got
of
you.
people, a lot of people are looking for jobs, but it doesn't mean that you gotta overthrow a legitimate government from power. If you
A
feel he
coup
doesn't
d'etat
deserve,
is not fit for every country. I respect
yeah,
what Ghana is
exactly.
going through. It's not fit for every country.
Uh-huh,
Like I said, we got certain coup d'etat that you guys need to understand.
uh-huh.
There are some coup d'etat that people need to applaud. There are some coup d'etat that people should be worried about. For our coup d'etat, we are happy with it. If the rest
Yeah,
of the
but St.
African world is not happy with it, that's fine.
but St.
Us in
James,
this country here, we happy with it. That's all that
St.
matters.
St. James, right? If you believe you have the support of the people, why
Mhm.
don't you conduct elections so that the people vote you into power in
They
Burkina Faso?
rigged it, my guy.
This guy, man, listen.
In Burkina
Man,
Faso, they rigged it.
Come on, Zongo. Zongo, where they
even
even
in
rig
Nigeria,
election here in America.
No, I'm
even in
talking about,
Nigeria,
There's no such thing as a free and fair election, bro.
but I'm talking about
yeah,
the new military leader in power, right? He has
bro,
But
Zongo,
obviously
the
now
people are happy with him.
Alphadamus, let me
no,
tell Zongo once again.
conduct elections to be
Zongo,
legitimate.
once again, these people
Who
came here
cares?
for an objective. They are leaving. They are not staying. They are leaving. We will now vote these people as presidents. They are
Yeah,
leaving. They
but
can
St. James,
leave,
St. James.
leave the military, create a
Uh-huh.
party, and come back. If that's the way they want to do it, we will vote for them. They
St. James, I agree
cannot.
what you're saying. I agree what you're saying, but
So
the point I'm
come
trying to
on.
say is that not everybody in Burkina Faso might agree with the current leader. They also
Well, we
have to
got
have a
puppet
voice
too.
too.
We got puppet too.
In a no, it's not about puppets. It's about
But
different ways of doing
Zongo, when
things.
did you ever see 100% of the people supporting a
So that's
leader?
why
Wait,
democracy is always
Afridamus, that's
important.
why
That's why democracy is
Afridamus,
always important.
let's ask him this, Afridamus. Does the Burkina Faso leader have 51% of the votes in his country? Do you think 51% of the population like him?
No,
Way more than
the point I'm trying to say
51%.
that if he earns that vote, he
So
becomes a
therefore, what's the
legitimate
point?
leader. I mean, that's the point I'm trying to
Legitimate
say.
what? Bro, look,
The
if
point
the
I'm
West
trying to
doesn't
say
want
is
to look, bro, be
legitimize
honest
the
with yourself.
government
There's no
by
such thing as a
doing it
legit look.
the will of the people. Come on, man. That's the point I'm trying to say.
Legitimize what? If the West doesn't like him, even if he wins an election, they'll just say the election was corrupt, and they will still say he's
Yeah,
not
I mean,
legitimate.
that's the point I'm trying to say.
Be
That's why
real.
even his neighboring countries do not believe. Like a lot of the neighboring countries do not
Who cares?
support. Okay.
The
I mean,
neighboring countries who are Western puppets.
Yeah, exactly. If the West says he's not
yeah,
legitimate,
but,
do you think Ghana is going to go and say no, he's
So I'm
legitimate?
beginning to be brave. Got a point. Be brave is because be brave is making a good point now because pretty much what be brave is saying the white man doesn't have to be present. His workers next door are gonna do the job.
That would do it.
They're going to do the job.
That will do it.
that was
No, he's got a point.
I do, because you gotta understand.
He was right.
You gotta
Logie
understand.
was right when he said, when he said, "Oh, South Africa, they accuse us of having the white people controlling us in our land." Most of these African countries, if not all of us, the white man doesn't even need to be in our land, bro. He's controlling us through Zoom meetings and Sky meetings. He'll just
Zoom.
he'll just control you through Zoom meetings.
Wait, Nilotic. Wait a minute. Are you Zoom now? We're like StreamYard.
Let's just be honest.
Through StreamYard.
You'll just StreamYard the thug. He wants to loot. Who's gonna willingly loot the country for him, and he'll control you that way.
I thought you were coming from Ethiopia. All of a sudden, you South African now.
He's in South Africa.
I live in South Africa, though.
Oh, you live in South Africa. But the point I'm trying to say, you don't believe in democracy. You don't believe in democracy.
The one that's
bro.
The one that's
No, I do not either.
The one that we imported.
Hold on.
The one that we imported. No, let me ask you. The one that we imported.
hold on, Saint James. So you want Traore to rule
Bro, let me
continent
tell
for
you
the
this
rest
in a
of his
nice
life?
way. There's no
Why
such
you
thing as a
asking?
democratic country.
I'm
Even in
asking
Western
you. I'm
countries,
asking you.
okay, let me just say this. Even in Western countries where you see quote unquote democracy,
Yeah.
even before the guy, the politician that you think you like, comes
Mm-hmm.
out to campaign for you publicly, behind the scenes, the deal has already been done. He's already
America is a
campaigned amongst the
republic, not
businesses.
a democracy.
Yeah, but Afridamus, let's just say this. Any of your political leaders, Joe Biden, Trump, any of these guys, before they even start campaigning publicly amongst the masses, they've already cut deals behind the scenes that, hey, support my campaign, write this nice thing about me using your newspaper, or write this for me using your, or say this about me using your media outlet, and so on and so forth. They're already intermingling amongst the elites themselves before
This
they
is
even come
true.
to you. Before they even come to you, the peasants, and start asking for your votes. They're
The
already
point I'm
shaking
trying to
hands behind the back
the point
door.
I'm trying
There's
to
no such
say
thing
is
as
that
democracy, bro.
okay, let me make this point right before I let anybody talk. The point I'm trying to say is that sometimes there might be resentment within the general populace. They want something good for the interest of the country, which is true, and I agree with the sentiment, right? But the point, what if the leader that comes is unable to deliver? How would they be able to change and bring a new person?
Vote him out.
So that's what I'm talking about. So there has to be a system.
If it but you see they've made it hard to, like, for example, the French meddle in these countries
Mhm.
affairs, where these people are not able to elect their chosen leaders. So this is why the military recognizes that they step in. They have broke that hegemony, that monopoly. They don't want the French to mingle. So in their affairs, that's what you're seeing in Burkina Faso, in Mali, in Niger, and you're gonna see it in Senegal. It's happening
You're
there,
on
but
the
they're
Well, at least
suppressing it.
democracy. I mean, democracy
Zongo,
should.
Zongo,
I think
Zongo,
democracy should be tolerated. That's
Zongo,
the point I'm
Zongo,
trying to say,
But
right?
Zongo, what if
Zongo,
it's not
Zongo,
fair? What is
Zongo,
democracy? Unfairness?
I mean, the point I'm
Zongo.
trying to say, like,
No
okay,
matter how much we explain, right?
uh-huh.
I'm under the impression that you always want to push back for some reason, and which I don't understand.
No,
Our
that's not the point,
countries are now,
though.
first of all, the first thing you have to understand, right?
Yeah.
All these countries that Afridamus mentioned, these countries are not stable. They are not like your country. You got to understand that as an African, these countries are not stable. We've been crying for this thing for so long.
So you want a leader to rule a long time, just like
I
Gaddafi?
never. What you say?
You want him to be in office for a longer time.
No, I never said that.
So how do you measure
Zongo,
stability?
aren't you familiar with what Burkina
Oh
Faso is
my
going through?
goodness.
Yeah, no, I mean,
You want me to
see,
explain that again
Burkina
after
Faso
saying
Zongo,
is
be
not
this?
honest.
Ghana. It's
Zongo,
not
Zongo.
Ghana.
Wait, Afridamus, let's ask him this.
okay,
Would he like to live in Singapore?
Singapore. What about Singapore? I learned about
Singapore
Singapore.
is not a democracy. It's a dictatorship. Just like the
Or
guy has been
Saudi
in power for
Arabia.
almost 30
Saudi
plus years.
Arabia,
Yeah, exactly. If the guy is
UAE.
providing.
Are you sure? I think it's a democracy over there, Singapore.
Are you kidding me?
No, it's not. Please
It's not
just
a
Google it, bro.
democracy. Yeah, because
No.
I think my coworker took me like
Zongo, are you familiar with Angela Merkel in Germany?
yeah.
How long was she in charge as chancellor?
For longer years. I
Almost
mean,
10, more than 10
Exactly.
years, right?
So, and do you think, name a nation that is more, advanced and more conscious than Germany?
yeah, but Fidel they still voted her into power, right?
No. What I'm saying is, because you talk about being in charge for a long time,
Uh-huh.
like places like Germany, they don't have term limit on because Angela Merkel, like, okay, she kept winning, right? She kept winning till she didn't win anymore, or when till she resigned. So the issue is
I,
not about the winning. If you're doing a good job, the people would vote. You don't need to rig it. But in
no,
Africa, this
Fidel
is the issue. Like, let's say in Ivory Coast, whatever
yeah,
changed the constitution, don't
I
you
don't
think
want to.
that's a problem?
Yeah, it is a problem. I don't want a situation about what is happening in Togo,
And I
right?
think
The point
someone corrected me. Angela Merkel is still there.
no, she's not. The point I'm
Yeah,
trying to say is
she's
she's
not.
not.
Oh, actually,
She's
she's
not.
not, right?
No,
Okay.
She's not. Yes.
some guy.
Yeah.
Some guy. Okay.
What I'm trying to say, in Togo, Yadema has been in power, and even his kids are the ones ruling. That's the point that I'm trying to say. At least not
Yeah,
just
but that's
following.
not the.
Hold on. Not letting the family of just a military dictator rule. The one who is competent should be given the opportunity to do that. That's the point I'm trying to say. That's what I'm not.
Yeah, but
That's what I kind of fear they shouldn't be heading towards to.
brother,
Sometimes
okay, let
these
me ask you
leaders,
this: the
they become
average dictator,
drunk in
how long do you
power.
think he stays in power?
What?
The average dictator in Africa, this idea that the average dictator in Africa gets to stay in power for 40 plus years, these guys are the exceptions. The guy in Eritrea, the guy in Cameroon now, the guy in
Cameroon
Togo, these guys are the exceptions. Afridamus,
and
the average dictator in
Equatorial
Africa,
Guinea.
the average dictator in Africa has a lifespan of less than 10 years, if we're being honest. That's the
Yeah.
same lifespan for a guy who gets elected twice in any European country or any democratic country. Because at the end of the day, when you're the top guy, if you do not set up systems that over time, like people are going to backstab you, it's
Yeah,
actually
because
easier to take power away from one dictator.
Afidamos, do you know the longest serving president in Ghana? It's actually Rawlings. He was a dictator for 12 years, and when they come to the country became a accepted democracy in 1990, 92. I think it was in 90 or 92. He still won the eight seasons, right?
Who?
Rawlings actually.
Oh, okay.
So the point I'm trying to say, like we read about it. You get what I'm saying? At some point, you get fed up with a leader. You want someone different to steer the affairs of
Well, that's
of
what
the nation.
Niger, Burkina Faso, they were tired of those people in charge. And
Oh, okay.
those people were not serving them, so they gotta get rid of them.
So if they have some kind of system of voting to allow people who can lead, I don't have no issues with that.
Well,
What I
they do have that, but even in Ghana, for you guys to stabilize,
Mhm.
there, how many times did Rawlings, do a coup? Wasn't it twice?
Yeah.
He came first time, stabilized it,
Yeah, there was
and then
serious.
he returned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there was
So,
serious.
so the same thing. Like, you have to remember, like, you are judging these countries according to Ghana. These
No, I'm not.
countries are they are fighting a war. They've been fighting war for years.
No, I'm not actually
Yeah, let
judging
me
them.
say this.
I'm not judging them. I'm just saying that I hope they shouldn't lead the path of Togo. That's what I'm saying. Togo, they shouldn't lead that path. That's all. That's all the point. I'm just saying.
Don't
Let
worry.
me
Don't
let,
want Ghana to die.
Go ahead, be brave.
let me you guys. This group of people that run the planet joke Americans. If they can joke Americans like stupid, silly kids, I'm not saying this as a joke. You think Africa can stand a goddamn chance against this machine? Come on. That's what I'm saying. When you say
You're muted. Be brave. Unmute yourself.
the French are just the face of the machine. They're not the machine. They're the face of it. They're part of it. They're the face of it. I'm telling you, you're looking at this all wrong. How in the hell can African countries that have been so far behind in infrastructure and developments and things like that expect all of a sudden to run themselves against this machine? So what I'm saying is this whole thing, this machine is getting your hopes up. This machine's worst nightmare is for
Who's the
all of
machine,
Africa.
anyway? Who's
The
the
machine,
machine?
the white European corporate machine that runs the planet, their worst nightmare would be for Africa to stand back and go, okay, we get we're behind. We just want to be brought up a little bit. We don't want to fight. We don't want your guns. We want to take control of some mines, and we want, if we can, and we want to try this. That would be the worst nightmare. But for the sake of love of God, if this corporate machine that runs the planet includes China and Russia and all of European nations, if this corporate machine can play with the United States the way they play with them, what in the hell do you think that Africa has a chance of? I'm telling you, we as a global population are going to have to come to grips with this little hardcore reality.
Yeah, but
We're a planet full of peasants, and we are ruled by a throne, a worldwide throne. Stop it with thinking you can separate and get out from under that throne.
See, even in America, so a lot of you guys say like corporate machines, but it kind of depends on which direction the government wants to follow, right? Because now, like, let's say most of West Coast states are heading towards like renewable energy and trying to start.
Sir, stop it! Hold it! Stop it! No, wait, please. Wait, no, please. You're talking fantasy. The West Coast goes where the machine wants the West Coast to go. The East Coast goes where the machine wants the East Coast to go. Stop it like the West Coast is doing something against the machine outside of what the machine wants it to do. Stop that. That's crazy. You're out of your mind. No. Stop. Wait a minute. No, you don't get to sit there and talk about the people doing things other than what the machine wants. It's not happening in America. They control everything we do.
Okay, guys, hold on.
Listen, no, wait. Let me finish.
Hold on, be brave. 1 second. Guys,
Can I make a point first before I
guys,
leave?
just a sec. I want us to do closing statements. We're over 3 hours. I gotta run to a grocery store here before they run. It's like it's running towards the evening, and
Okay.
I need certain
What I'm trying to Afidam is
special kind of food. I don't want them to run out of it. So let's do our closing so I can dash out of here.
Oh, just trying to wrap it up real quick. Do you know in the Washington State by 2030, all manufacturing, all cars manufacturing like all the automobile.
Yeah, I've heard in California too, but we don't know. That might be reversed. When 2024 rolls around. When Trump wins, I know, I see it. I live
in Washington State.
I know. I live in Washington State. I see it.
It has nothing to do with that, though. I mean,
yeah, but if the federal government is subsidizing it too.
Yeah, but the point I'm trying to say is that even started like manufacturing car. They will be starting manufacturing car batteries here in Washington State. This is an inside information that I'm giving you, right? So for you to say, in other words, some people will be benefiting and others will be losing.
Wait,
right?
who's gonna? They bring in the battery manufacturing out here?
Yes, in Washington State.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
So it's going to be a lot of job. If you have the experience, good. I'll be actually drafting a permit on that too if it comes. So that's the point I'm trying to say. So some might be losing and others might be winning, right? So it kind of depends on where the governments want to direct themselves to. See, in the case of UK, when something happened with the Russia in the West, they try to capture all the wealth of the rich people in the UK, like Abramovich and all those kind of people, right? So don't kind of downplay the power of the government sometimes. But the point I'm trying to say is that, when it comes to Burkina and all these countries, I'm not trying to downplay what is happening in their country, but I don't want to see a leader that will be in government and his kids and his grandkids be in government for a longer period. That's what I don't want. Someone who is competent should be able to do that, not necessarily.
And what do you want to say about Nana Akufo's reparation before you leave, Zongo?
Yeah, I think Nana Akufo Addo is just gravitating towards. I think he's leaving office by next year. Do you know he's leaving office next year?
Yeah.
So I don't know why he's doing that, because he's gonna leave a vacuum for the upcoming president.
He might have a position to fight for the blacks over there.
Well, I think he's just tap dancing.
He's the black president.
He's just tap dancing. I mean, Ghanaians want him to build the factories. He should build the factories he promised to do. That's what they want him to do.
Thank you, Zongo. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Bye bye.
Thanks. All right. Be brave. Closing statement.
Look what they're doing with our idiot Trump. Look at that game with this old stupid ass old fool. People are worshiping this guy. You get people that don't understand that this is all engineered are pathetic human beings. Problem is they're most of the planet probably, because they're hopeful, they're wishful. They don't understand. It's not that bad of a thing to be subjects to one world throne. It's not that horrible. It's not something you're going to change. So it's something that you should think more about adapting to, rather than speak in a fantasy world like it don't exist. Again, look at the idiot Trump they're handing us again. Look at this game they're playing with the people. Look at the way people are playing in the US. This is a place, we're coming to a watershed. The global elite are having a hard time hiding their power now. So what they're doing is that they're just going to create more and more conflicts everywhere, and that's going to camouflage the fact that they're in complete control, but they're going to give people hopes like there's something to hope for. We are, in a spiritual sense, Aphrodamos, we are the most pathetic species that's ever lived on the planet in this day and age, and I'm talking about the whole world, because there's so many people that don't understand that there's just a small group of people that control things, and all of these people are talking about all of these scenarios that are wrapped up in nothing but delusions. And here's the sad part. You've got the internet and all of the information to draw from, and much of the planet is still talking like this stupid childish sandbox. This is why I say, and I'll wrap it up here right here. As a species on the planet, we don't deserve to make it. I understand if we're powerless. The saddest thing on this planet is that so many people still think like damn imbecile like children, and they've got good, strong intellects, and they ignore everything that's in their face. Hey, thanks, Aphrodamos.
Well, thank you very much, Be Brave. And yeah, thank you so much. And Be Brave, they requested me to give you the tap dancing music, as you know, so I'm gonna give it to you here. But thanks for coming.
I can do some shuffling too. Look out, man, what you gonna do? Look out, boys, it's coming through. Yeah, man, yeah, man. Boy, he got educated feet. Boy, I practice all the time.
All right, so Be Brave got the educated feet. Someone requested it for Be Brave. That would be Seth. Seth requested that for Be Brave. All right, Stow Strong, closing statement.
Okay, Aphrodamos, thank you for having me. First time I've been watching you. I appreciate you. All I have to say is Nana is not that bad of a person. And St. James, Burkina Faso, we love you guys. Whatever you guys are doing over there, keep doing what you're doing. I just hope the best for you guys. We don't want no type of confusion and none of that stuff coming down. You know what I'm saying? So you guys just do what you're doing over there, man. Like you said Ronaldo came over there without nobody in Minoy. What do you even think he came to talk to the leader about? He probably have something that he had to say. You know what I'm saying? They didn't talk about it on the news. So just keep doing what you guys are doing over there.
My man.
Thank you, Stow Strong.
I know, Aphrodamos, let me tell my man something.
Well, because I don't want to keep him because I got to run to the grocery store.
Okay, got you,
That's why. All right. Thank you, So Strong. Go ahead, St. James. He's listening.
Oh yeah, man. Thanks for having me. My internet hasn't been the best tonight, man. You know, I missed a few, but I'm a replay and see what happened. And to my man, from two of my men from Ghana, Zongo and my man, I forgot his name, man. I was about to love Ghana again until they took that last meeting last week. You know, they robbed me the wrong way again. You know, I was loving Ghana until they took that meeting. You know, and we next door. After that, I keep saying we next door. You know, we have a different position when it comes to that situation in Nigeria. But you still went on and took that meeting. So, this is something we need to correct, on the Ghana part. We already made a statement that we're gonna go with Niger. And our neighbor said, no, we're gonna go against Niger. Come on, man, can we get along one day? I know you love me, you love Burkina, we love you too, but can we get along one day, agree on something?
Can we all just get along?
Thank you.
But St. James, but what if Nana Akufo receives the check and he brings you guys his cut? Would you open your arm to it?
Aphrodamos, man to man.
Like your cut is coming. You guys' cut is a Burkina. This is what I've been working on.
We had to expect a cut. We're supposed to discuss the amount, I mean,
okay, you got a point there.
You see what I'm saying? If we discuss the amount, we can expect something. If we never discuss the amount, so I don't know what kind of check we're getting. Maybe it's going to be a short.
I'm not taking a short. I don't know. Man, listen. And
So James, you're a tough one.
for be brave, right? For be brave, I like be brave, views
Yeah.
about, the wall, how, things work. But I'm gonna tell all my Africans, right? Listen to me. The French days in the Sahels are gone. That's done. They're done. The French are gone. Listen, if America want to be next, we can deal with that too. I'm not actually. A lot of people think it's time to engage America. You understand what I'm saying? The time is right for us to engage America. But America, if you guys look at it, America's now, they're not trying to make a mistake in West Africa. Have you noticed
True.
that? They don't.
Yeah.
They want to stay behind the French all the time. And I respect that. It's not like they're doing something wrong. I respect that. But, they back and forth with the French.
But they're behind the scene though, cooking.
Yeah, they're behind the scene, and we are kind of noticing that a little bit. So once we get rid of the French, we're gonna have a different type of conversation. As from the Sahel, if the Americans don't want to be here, man, they gotta follow French. That's what we want. Because we getting our resources back, and it's gonna be the resources gonna be spread amongst the people. That's what's gonna happen. If they're not for it, they can go somewhere else. And we ready to squeeze this time. And the president of Nigeria, for anybody who didn't watch the news today, the president of Nigeria, he gave us the permission, our army, to come to Nigeria. Anybody that's gonna try Nigeria, anybody.
So there's gonna be some real squeezing going on.
All these little punks that think they can evade some country, they can come try.
You guys heard it. The whole country, they're gonna turn it into Martin Luther King Boulevard for you. Just so you know, FYI, and in the middle of summer too.
Look, man.
But thank you, St. James.
We don't want anything else but peace, man. We are peaceful people. That's what we want. We want to live in peace, man. That's all.
Hey, you know what 50 Cent said? He said it is summertime, and you know what summertime is, what season it is. But thank you, St. James.
Absolutely, man. Hey, I forgot my Black Americans, man.
Oh, for the reparation?
Yeah, for the reparation, man. I hope they get in Ghana. If they love Ghana, they should go. They should go get in Ghana, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ghana. Let's welcome the Black, man. The one that want to hang out with us, man. Give them that reparation, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right. Thank you, St. James. All right. Peace. Guys, that was St. James calling straight from Burkina Faso. Let me see some of the comments here. Thank you guys for coming in. Let me read some of the comments here. Zongo is over here laughing. Moroccan Atlas Afro Lion said, African Union countries are against war in Niger. Yeah, this is true, but African Union also approve of the sanction on Niger. They gotta make up their mind. Visionary of Love said, now I understand. Zongo, African leaders love the checks and selling their people. This is true. So now that I've listened to everything, I know now I've given up on the reparation check. Now that I look deep into it, I'm beginning to think you Africans are trying to extort us that are paying taxes here. Nana Akufo wants us to pay you guys free money. I got the trick. So, I don't know how I feel about this. Maybe I'll go back. I wouldn't say what I'm saying, but I'll talk to the white man behind the scene and let him know my position on these checks. If they want to give the check, I don't want my check going to Africa. Just add it onto, the checks I have here. Guys, I know. Just add it onto my check. And, the blacks that claim they are from Africa, make sure they go receive theirs in Accra. Send their checks in Africa. Okay? Make sure you do the DNA and see what percentage of the check they can get. The ones that are not fully 100% black, whatever their percentage is, I will take that. No problem. I can accept that for them. And I'm not even going to charge a fee. Because here in America, every little thing they do, they charge a fee. I will accept that bonus, because you didn't fully make it to being 100% black. They found some Norwegian in you, some, Irish, whatever. So they're gonna slash that percentage. Like they're like, oh, you got 10% black. So you're 90%. Guess who is going to? That's right, you guessed right. Well, I don't want to keep you waiting. I'm gonna run to the grocery store. I hope to see you guys on the next one. Hey, thanks for coming. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to donate to the channel as well. Everything counts. You guys know we're building the reparation movement over here. And, I cannot show up to these people talking about reparation without bringing some food. So please, if you believe in the reparation, make sure you contribute to the Afridamus report. I want to thank all of you, all the people that donated. I want to thank you guys and all the participants and all you viewers. I will see you guys on the next one, and I'm out.
Baby girl love my bop and I like me too. No roof on my top and my babe see-through. Hating on the pen, don't stop, shit ain't gon' feed you. I've been all on my grind, so why I need you? Baby girl love my bop and I like me too. No roof on my top and my babe see-through. Hating on the pen, don't stop, shit ain't gon' feed you. I've been all on my grind, so why I need you? Big flex, my swole up. Double cup and I'm pulled up. Niggas hating like hold up. What's the problem? I'm pulled up.